Part 2, The Bandit Menace. But we are going to open now, so that's good. We avoided the compromising thing from Rob, but that's okay.
Whack.
So today, it's a little bit of a change of pace. Normally I ask like, hey, how have you been? How's your week been? And something, but this is going to be a selfish open, okay? I now have a desk at work that has a window. What is everyone's favorite indoor plant that doesn't get direct sunlight, that can possibly sit on a desk and maybe or may not get watered all the time, that you would put in your workspace?
Me.
Malaveth, what would you do? What I think a better question is, what is your favorite type of plant, tree and or otherwise, if you have one, or like a flower?
I don't know anything about plants. I just have them and then I kill them.
Which one do you think is prettiest?
Leslie introduced me to the pothos thing. That one's real cute. Want to see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pothos are like super minimal maintenance, so
it doesn't get too much sun.
What are they?
It's a pothos. It's like,
what does that mean, or is that just what you call it?
Dangly eventually. That's what it is. Or
So
devil's ivy.
Nice devil's ivy?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the other name?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's metal.
That is pretty metal.
Neat.
It's much more metal than the other name, but
It doesn't get
yeah,
flowers.
that's cool. That's cool. Do you have to like water it a lot, or is it just kind of chill? That's awesome.
Nah.
Okay. Devil's ivy. I'm gonna bring that to work and tell everyone that I have devil's ivy. It is metal. It's pretty cool. Rob, what's your favorite kind of plant? Okay. All right. All right, Rob. Okay.
I'm sorry, I was waiting.
Not legal everywhere, Rob.
I was waiting for I was talking about cacti. What are you referring to, sir?
Yeah. Cacti.
Whatever.
So are cacti your favorites?
I don't know.
No?
I get like I got a little succulent as like a wedding, that like my little name tag in the wedding thing was in
Sure.
the place setting at the table. I don't know what to call it. The little
Place
wedding
setting sounds
favor,
right.
whatever. And I didn't water it ever, and it just lived. And I was like, oh, tight. This is really rad. Is this our like intro question instead of how you doing?
This is the
You
the
picked the
intro
one
question
week
today.
I actually had something cool happen to me, and
Shit.
now we're talking
okay.
about...
All right. Well,
No.
We'll bring it back around. We'll bring it back around. Mostly because I just wanted to brag that I have a window at work now, because I'm very happy about it, and I get to see the sunshine.
I remember when
It's
you
very
lost
nice.
your window at work, so
Yep.
I am very happy for
Yep.
you, because I remember the day you lost it, and you were just like, dude, I don't even know what time it is.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. We used to be in a pit.
Mm-hmm.
Had to like look
I
through.
remember that you had no like phone reception or anything.
Yeah, it was nothing. I had nothing.
I couldn't
Anyways,
Snapchat you.
that's
It was
good.
awful.
So, do you have a favorite plant, Rob?
Yeah, I guess a cactus.
Cactus?
They
Just
look-
like a
they look
just a
cool.
general
Yeah,
cactus?
look
They are pretty cool.
Yeah,
There's like a bunch of different type of cacti. So do you think like the cartoony, like one arm up, one arm down cacti is like your go-to? Okay, that's pretty cool. I like cacti. Simply Jackson, do you have a favorite type of plant?
I have a lot of favorite plants. I'm kind of
Okay.
a newborn plant mom. Pothos is definitely one of my favorites for easy management. The other one that would be kind of a good like Mimi for you would be money plant, like money tree plants. They're super easy to grow.
You were the second
Wait, are
person
they-
to suggest that now. Is a money tree.
They
Is
don't
that a
grow,
real-
I mean, they can stay like pretty small and stuff. So.
I didn't know it was a real type of plant. I thought Kimma, who is a like epic Sims player, was referring to the money tree from Sims. I thought that was the joke. I
It's
didn't
got
realize
ties
there's
to like supposedly bringing prosperity and stuff like that, but it's a solid and easy to grow plant. And
I
if you
thought she was joking
if
too.
you manage the stems as they grow, you can cause them to like grow in a braid and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's got like kind of like bonsai nature, I guess, like with the like the
Yes.
stems.
Nobody
is that
wants
right?
your opinion. We love
Oh.
I do.
Just comes in, just like, she's awful. Welcome to cat ownership.
Cool. Okay, so that's 2 for money tree now. May, do you have a favorite type of plant?
The ones that stay outside?
Okay, yeah. No, there are inside and outside plants. That's very true. Yeah.
My mom's the big gardener. Like she's
Yeah.
the one that has like 50 million plants all over the place. Kiki chews everything. So can't really
hungry.
have anything around, or she's gonna chew it to pieces.
That's awesome. Okay, well that works. That works. I do have a favorite plant, and my girlfriend Megan gets sick of me mentioning it because we were at an arboretum last year in Kentucky, and they had some really dope Japanese maples. I don't know if you've ever seen like the like purple leaf Japanese maples. Oh, Japanese maples are my favorite.
My parents
plant,
have one.
period. They're amazing.
Yeah.
My mom had one that was growing in the front yard, and like it took like 20 years for it to grow like 3 feet, but it was awesome. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so cool. Apparently money tree plant is where I need to go with this, and then get me a devil's ivy, and that might be a lot of green for that location. So that'll be really interesting. That's good. So Rob, you said you had something to share, and I did.
Now I feel weird.
Nope, I'm bringing it back around. We're bringing it around. You got something fun to share, you get to share it.
Oh, now I feel
Please,
weird. I don't like
share
this
with the
anymore.
class,
I don't like this anymore. I was memeing.
Look, some of us have bad days. I want to hear about your good day. Let's
Okay,
go.
I got
Bring
a
me a pickup.
house.
You got a house?
Like I'm renting a house, but I got a house.
You found a place.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's,
Heck yeah.
I am being cheeky and moving things. That's why the green screen's gone and everything. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm
Wonderful.
excited.
That's great. So are you gonna move like now before you have to like end your lease at the end of the month? Or
Yeah,
like,
so I
locked
talked
in?
them down from February 1st to February 15th because I couldn't afford 2 leases.
Sure. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, listen, and I'm sharing it with 2 other people. So like
Okay.
we're just prorating the new place. February 15th I can move in. So next Saturday I can move in.
That's awesome.
So I'm just gonna
Heck yeah,
start
man. Congrats.
Not next episode, but 2 episodes from now. Hopefully I'll be live from the Sanctum.
The Sanctum?
Yeah,
Oh my God, we're
the
giving it that name
Sanctum.
now?
It
Wow,
is, well, I just made it up
that's
now.
pretty
So
metal.
it's
That's pretty metal. I like
canon.
that. Cool. Awesome. I love that. So we get to see Simply's cat like running around. In the
Hell
background,
yeah.
But like half of
I'm
chat
living
can't
for
see
it.
that happening. So,
Oh
so
no!
I'm sorry, but there's,
I've been
yeah.
living for it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Well, does anyone have anything pressing they want to share, or do you guys want to play some Dungeons and Dragons where we play furry animals and/or birds? Yeah, you want to do that part? All right.
I
let's
think
do
you're
that part.
handsome.
Oh, well, thank you. I think you're pretty handsome too, Rob. That's yeah. Hey. Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. I'm gonna need you guys to roll me D20s, please, for recap. That's right. We're gonna roll for recap. Does anyone remember what happened last week? So chat, we do this at the beginning of every episode. I have them roll 1d20. Whoever gets the closest to my number recaps the last episode in character. So we have a 9. We have a 9. We have a 2 and a 19. So let's find out. I did
Nailed it.
This is slash R 1d20. We're starting
We
off
all
strong.
lose.
19 and exactly Dagonet.
Yes.
Oh, right on the money.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
You know, my memory is not so good as an older gentleman, but we had just gotten around to finishing up a pretty big battle at a bandit camp, and remember we tied things up there and couldn't really, figure out, why exactly they are attacking Alderheart quite yet, but that is something we want to do. We made it back to the city, and the council's not ready for us yet, so we decided to find Eliza and fix up her shop quite nicely. The shelves are in there pretty good. We used reinforced nails, yes. And Lucky went shopping and bought a lot of arrows. I believe he visited the one shop that was quite snobby to us, and showed them, and Pez, she goes to the symphony and wants to sing there. I think she has a pretty good shot, but she's got to perform for this other person, so we are getting ready to see her sing in a competition, and yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Dagonet's got a pretty good handle on it. We had a city day essentially last time. No battling, no nonsense, except for Lucky having a nice pretty woman moment, buying out some stuff and getting really nice armor and a bow, and going and flexing on the jeweler that kind of snubbed them the last time, which was pretty fun. And you guys were so kind and helped out Eliza to fix up her shop. You guys helped build shelves and put up her wares, fixed the sign, did some painting. And Eli and Dagonet worked on that for most of the day. Pez went to go find the symphony and eventually did find said symphony with Lucky. The conductor there said that she needed to go earn her harp, which is a competition within the Crowned Cormorant, an inn and tavern that happens to have I guess a bard competition, and whoever wins that is gifted a pin of a golden harp, and only those with golden harps get to play in the symphony. It's a whole to-do. It seems to be a bit of a thing, but yeah, Pez has paid the entry fee. The competition is in the evening of the day that we ended on. And we find you guys, I think, back at Eliza's shop, probably finishing up in the late afternoon of getting things together. And what do you think you guys are doing? Like Eli and Dagonet, you're there. Your two friends are probably, coming up the road, as it were, in the Alderheart tree. What do you think you're putting the finishing touches on?
I think there's been a shelf that neither one of us can agree when it's level. And we're both too nice to say it. And so one of us will do it, and then I'll stand back and have a satisfied little And then Dagonet is like, well, I think maybe a little, and just we're just meticulously altering this shelf where we both stand back, look at it, it's not quite level, alter it, stand back, look at it, it's not quite level, and this has gone on for way too long.
I think at this point, Eliza's standing behind you guys, kind of nervously, because you won't agree on the thing. She's like, "Oh no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. All the other shelves they look so darn great. I think maybe it's time to take a break and get some food and maybe a drink or something." And yeah, she's just standing behind you, and each of you are there, just no, it's not it. I think you're having this kind of too nice to argue moment when our friends Pez and Lucky walk back into Eliza's shop. You see them kind of all clustered around this one shelf.
Hey, is that shelf crooked from my perspective? It looks. I don't know. I'm not a carpenter, but maybe I'm just short.
Could be a little crooked.
Now, I thought we had it.
Maybe we can come to a compromise and put the bookshelf there instead. You just have to slide it in front of the wall and problem fixed.
Yeah, you can put more on it too. I mean, more bang for your buck.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I think that's a wonderful idea. And Eliza's going to go ahead and try and hurriedly push the thing into the wall to try and get you guys off of this one shelf that you've probably been on for an hour or so. Eli, can you come help me move this bookshelf, please?
Oh, of course. Say no more.
And you guys kind of shuffle it in there, get it shoved up against the wall there. And Eliza starts, putting some various different things onto to all the shelves. While she's working, she goes, "Well, Pez, Lucky, what's going on in the city?"
There's a symphony thing down the road. Did you know it's just right down there?
No, I didn't know where it was.
The sounds.
So are you gonna play in it?
I'm gonna try. I guess there's a thing tonight where you gotta play some tunes to some folks, and then they'll decide if you're worthy or not. I don't know. I didn't realize this was gonna be a whole thing, but now that it's a shiny thing, and I want it. And the guy was mean, and now I need it even more.
Oh.
There's mean people over there.
Well, there's mean people everywhere. Luckily, you've got some pretty nice friends. That kind of sounds a little tedious, you know?
Speaking of friends, I mean, looks around the store. He's like, we've done a lot of work for you, so maybe you could come support Piz. Like maybe on her thing. Maybe that's what they're looking for, and then clearly she wants to do it. You know, it'd be nice.
Well, I'd love to see her perform. Absolutely. I've heard tooting on her little owlos while we were traveling, and it was pretty nice. I'd like to see a nice professional performance, and of course cheer her on if it helps her get her dream.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious of. I wonder if they're like how big the crowd is for particular performers. Then that may be what wins some favors. So if you got any friends too that you want to invite, you know.
Well, I'm new in town. You're kind of my only friends here. So I can bring y'all.
You're right. Who can we invite? Do we know? You guys know anybody else in town that we could invite to her show?
Maybe that nice jewelry person.
Wait, don't you have family? Can we invite your family to the show?
Oh,
Wouldn't they want to
that's
see
right.
you?
Yeah,
Play?
I should probably go say hi. We've been busy. It's fine, but yeah, I should probably go down there. You can come if you want. If you want to meet them, they're nice. Sometimes they have snacks. If you like snacks.
I think it'd be lovely to meet the folk that raised such a fine bard. I mean, I'm sure they can, if we're not imposing.
Oh no, probably not. They're probably just doing stuff around the house if they're home. Sometimes they travel a lot, so I don't know if they're gonna be home. But we can knock on the door, and if nobody's home, we can always just go in and take some cans of beans and then leave again.
I didn't know you were so into beans, but all right, we can. I don't mind accompanying you to help.
Well, if they've been gone for a while, the fruit's gonna be bad, probably. Sometimes they forget to throw it out, and it gets real stinky. But they're nice. They're just a little forgetful.
Well,
Sometimes-
I'd love to meet them.
Perfect.
Yeah, we should. Let's go. I mean, if we're not busy, whenever. What time is it?
So it's probably approaching late afternoon, maybe 4 or 5 in the evening. I believe the Exley said that the competition would start around 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
And I'm sorry, what time is it? Afternoon?
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 p.m.
Okay. I mean, if we don't have plans, are we hungry? When was the last time we ate? I mean, we could go down there. If you want, if you want to go down there, do y'all, is that? You don't have to. It's okay.
I mean, I don't got any other plans. And you said there's food, which would be great. I mean,
Probably.
always time to eat a little food here and there.
All right. Okay. Do I remember where they live? Do I know
Yeah.
where it is from here?
So Pez's family home, the Pingo family home, is in the Branches neighborhood of Alderheart. And it's not the Bows, right? It's like not the hoity-toity place where you just were the affluent, market area or anything like that. But the Branches is a neighborhood of modest homes connected by wood bridges and gliding platforms. It's really dangerous for non-bird folk. Without the ability to glide, a fall from here will probably kill you. It's called the Branches for a reason. It kind of sits out on the edges of Alderheart. But it's a nice neighborhood. I'm over here looking at Dagonet's camera on OBS because I know this might end up being an issue. But so Pez, would you like to go to the Branches?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meander on over.
Yeah. So you guys head. So her shop is in the Canopy Market, right? Okay. So yeah, you head down a little bit and out towards the Branches neighborhood. And Pez, you know the way, having lived here for most of your life before becoming a traveling bard. And you go and you find your home, nestled back into a nice neighborhood. The sounds of the city kind of fade behind you. This is definitely a residential area rather than like a major thoroughfare or market area. So it's just kind of you get the like nice sound of like birds and wind out on the branches of the neighborhood. A rounded home. with windows facing outwards in all directions. You note there'd probably be an excellent view of a setting sun. There's a small, almost spindly staircase reaching upward towards the door from the platform that you stand on. There's a silver-plated knocker resting on a solid oak door.
Is everybody making it up the stairs okay?
Yeah, Dagonet, you walking through the branches is going to be an experience for you. A lot of narrow pathways, not a lot of railings, and like what you would see like with a ferry like across the water, but it's just platforms that are being shuffled across from branch to branch. It's really high up here, and you're really close to the edge.
He's going to be quite silent for all this, but he's very slow. He's taking things very slowly.
Yeah, you note that this staircase also doesn't have a railing.
Is there an alternate route?
This is the only way I've ever gone. Maybe? Probably not. You okay?
Oh, fine. Just wondering about my leg. Maybe I shall wait and see if I can ask if there is another way to go.
I mean,
Pez, the only other way that you know of going is when you leave the house is you can glide to locations with your wings.
You use your wings much, Dagonet?
It's been I've it's no.
Not never, or
It's been many years now. I've spent a lot of my time on the ground since my leg is not so good.
oh, well, maybe. I hear it's just kind of instinctual, right? Maybe if we just chuck you out a very tall building and just
Now,
spread your.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Not too
They
tall.
slowly, like, kind of shuffling back.
Well, maybe if we construct some sort of catapult system.
Oh, I don't think I will be going into the air. No.
Well,
If,
like a pile of blankets at the end, real big pile. Be real soft.
That would have to be a lot of blankets. I don't think there is enough in Alderheart to cover that full.
Is this one of those houses that's got the like the nice people live on the upper levels and then the people who work in the house live on the lower levels? Is it like a lower level entrance or something?
No. This neighborhood wouldn't
I was hoping it was like
have-
Downton Abbey-esque. We could just like get rid of
No,
that.
that would be up in the bowels where your
Okay.
aristocrats and high-ranking officials live, not out here in the branches or
Well.
the peasants live out there.
I'm John Bates, aren't I?
Oh no.
How heavy is Dagonet?
Dagonet's pretty thick,
I may not be
wearing a lot of
high,
armor.
but what I lack in height, I make up for in girth.
Just density.
Thick. Lots of armor, shield, spear, and thick.
Boy, you thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
Oh yeah, he very round.
Could roll him up the stairs, maybe.
Can I'll get behind you and just hold your person and just assist.
Did somebody say whole
weird?
person?
Oh god. Would you like to ascend the stairs with assistance, Dagonet?
I mean, I can keep a lookout in case you don't want anybody to like see what's going on. I'd be like, whatever the secret word is, and then we just act like we're hanging out on the steps.
Well, if I fall, I'm haunting you, Pez.
We'll back you up. We got you. No problem.
He's gonna need like ropes and hands and.
Eli will assist as best that he can.
Okay. So, Dagonet, do you like rope tie yourself to Eli?
Notably,
yeah.
Lucky lets her borrow Steve.
Eli will
We're gonna
also.
need Steve.
Gotta borrow Steve.
True. Eli will also pat a reassuring hand on Dagonet's shoulder and cast guidance just
Good plan.
in case.
Good plan. Okay. All right. And Pez, you're gonna kind of like lead Dagonet up the stairs, like by the hand here, or?
So
What's your-
there's two covering Pez Dagonet's backside.
Dagonet is strapped to Eli by a rope around the waist now. So Eli will be coming up just after. And Lucky is ensuring that no one is watching Dagonet in this trial.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and hold Dagonet's hands, just like waddling backwards.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a death grip.
That's fair.
So
I gotta play
Dagonet,
an
yeah,
instrument later. But okay.
this is tough. This is tough for you. Now, you do have the help and support of your friends, but I want a wisdom saving throw from you. This is the first time you've ever been out on the edge, right?
Been a long
Away from
time.
anything that can support you in a very long time. Roll it one more time because you have advantage.
Oh yeah, I didn't click on there. Sorry.
It's okay. So a 15. Yeah. And I think what Dagonet does is just like not take their eye off Pez. And like Eli's reassuring hand is on your back, and just you don't look down. You do the one thing you're not supposed to do, so you don't do it, and you don't look down. And you make it all the way up to the front door right behind Pez without much incident, but still tied to Eli.
Dagonet, you are the bravest.
He's just kind of standing there, like his chest is like heaving.
Wasn't that easy?
Anything's possible with the power of community.
Your parents wouldn't have a little something strong to drink, no?
I mean, yeah, for sure. You want a thing? Let's go. You want a thing? Let's go get a thing.
Yes,
No.
yes. Let's go get a thing. Yes.
I'm gonna do a little door knock. Boop, boop, boop.
Gonna knock on the door?
Yeah.
So you knock on the door, taking that silver knocker in. I say, who's at the door now?
Is that my dad?
It is.
It's your dead foghorn leghorn.
Entirely
Dad!
possible. Is that my girl Pez?
My face pressed against the glass. Dad?
Well, I'll be. Becca, get out from the kitchen. Our girl is home. And he comes up to the door and he opens it, and I say, Pez, where have you been? And he gets you in a big old hug and picks you up and kind of swings you around a little bit and maybe bumps Dagonet a little bit too close to the edge, and Dagonet's a little nervous about it, but then puts you down and he looks you in the eye and he has his hands on your shoulders. And, well, welcome home, Pez. Now, welcome home. Now, who are all these fine folk here?
Oh my gosh, these are my friends, Dad. This is Dagonet. Dagonet is very brave. And then,
Oh.
yeah, and then this is Eli. Eli is very big and likes to curl up into balls and is real good at it. And then this is Lucky. Look at Lucky. Isn't Lucky so small, adorable, and harmless?
Well, might as well be the cutest. Yeah, Becca, our daughter is home. And you can kind of hear like faintly from inside. It's like, Bo, what is it now, Bo? Like see your mom's head like poke out from the side. my baby. And she comes running up. She's wearing this like nice little apron. You note that there might be bean stains on it. And she takes you up in a big old hug too. She can't really pick you up, but she does hug you very tightly. And you note that she's kind of crying a little bit. My baby, where have you been? Welcome home. Welcome, please. Come in. And she like ushers you all inside into the home. It's a relatively small home. There's only a couple of bedrooms here, and there's a small kitchen. There is a large library though. It has a well-used writing desk, and the living area though seems to be kind of converted into an art studio. There's just stacks of canvases on the wall, some finished, some not, some in the middle of being worked, and an easel with a painting on it as well. It seems to be a sunset. But so Becca, Pingo rushes you all inside. How long are you in town for, Pez? Do you have time for dinner?
Well, of course, Mama. We just came in an hour ago.
Well,
Oh,
of
that was
course
a
she
lie. I'm
has
sorry.
time, Becca. She would always make time for us. She's our only living family.
Okay. Well, hey, do y'all have... I'm fixing for a drink, possibly.
Oh, yeah, I just made some of my brand spanking new blackberry moonshine, and you are more than welcome to have some, Pez, and your friends. Do you all want some as well? Now I say it'll knock your socks right off, or talons.
Very much, ma'am. Thank you very much.
And so Becca goes in and gets out a bunch of glass jars full of a blackberry alcohol and passes it out. On first smell, it is like paint thinner. It'll probably thin your insides as well.
This is a classic Pingo family beverage, had with most meals.
Now, I say, Pez, what brings you back into town? Haven't seen you in so darn long. Thought you were off to make your fortune.
Well, okay, Mama. The thing is, I gotta be honest with you. We came in a couple days ago. It's just been real
Couple
crazy.
days? You didn't come see your folks in a couple days?
Well, okay, let me explain. We were at a place and they were like, "Hey, everything's on fire. You want to go tell Alderheart?" So we banded together and we beat some monsters. There were some sticky movie boys and then bandits. There were bandits. We made some friends. It was a lot. Oh, there's a town of, I always forget the name, but they like me a lot.
Oh.
Winnowing Reach.
Winnowing Reach. Yeah, Winnowing Reach.
I performed there and they liked it and they said I should try out for the symphony, and that was a plan. But first there was a lot, and then we got here to tell the council. We went to the council and told them, then we had to sleep, but then there were bandits, Ma.
You met the council? Wait, yeah, the bandits. You're talking about the bandits from last night?
We were there, Ma.
You were there? What were you doing in harm's way like that? Now, I wouldn't have no daughter of mine in harm's way like that. Now, what are y'all getting her into? I say you might not be the best friends then.
Oh, they're very strong. Look, and Lucky saved my life. And look at the spikes on Eli. And dang, look at all that armor. They're real good.
You've been protecting my little girl. And he's looking squarely at Dagonet.
Oh, but of course. It is. She has done very well on the battlefield. You should be proud.
She did.
Well, of course I'm proud of
She did
Piers.
take care of a very well-known bandit, if you know what I mean. Just very well-known. Like,
She took care, like she made them some soup when they were sick.
no, not quite.
She
Instead of a dagger. or
Pez,
something.
what are they talking about?
Oh, gee. Well, they were gonna kill Lucky, and Lucky's my friend, and I had a dagger, and she was real close, and I closed my eyes, and I just
My poor baby! And Becca like runs up and hugs you really tight. My poor baby, she had to kill someone.
think of all the lives we saved instead, Mama.
Yeah, Pez has been more than selfless in her pursuits. we've been helping the guard. We've been helping just any town we came across. I mean,
now you said now you had an audience with the council. Is that right?
yes, sir.
Now, why would the council need you lot, specifically my daughter Pez?
Well, we all came from oh gosh, Meadowfen? Is that where we started?
Yeah,
yes,
that is way back
it's
when.
like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, we met in Meadowfen, and there's been issues. The entire militia had disappeared and investigating the Scorched Grove, and so we were sent onward to warn Alderheart of the encroaching fires. And between the fires on the west and the bandits coming from the east, the council said that they couldn't really spare any of the perch guard to investigate and try to contain the fires. And so we offered our services. Pez, especially out of the goodness of her heart, stepped up and said that we could do this.
Well, I didn't do much, but we were all helping. We're doing great. And
She's making some good coin too. Playing some tunes on the way. You should show him they should be proud of it. The thing, the boy. Yep.
oh my gosh, look at! I pull out the opal like, Mama, look at how shiny this is.
She wipes away some of the tears from her eyes. Oh my goodness, Hez! She puts her hands out. Do you like place it in her hands?
Yeah.
This is right wonderful, Pez. Look at this. Now, how in the earth did you get something this shiny?
Well, the Winnowing Reach.
Mm-hmm.
The folks at Winnowing Reach. I performed at an inn there, and the runner of the inn liked the performance so much, he gave me a box, and that was in the box. I don't know if he knew that was in the box, but he probably knew that was in the box. He probably knew.
And all you had to do was you just played for him?
Yeah. There had like an open stage. There was a band there already, but they moved. They were very nice. They weren't too happy about it at first, but then they liked the performance and everything was fine.
And Paz, you trying to join the symphony here?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's a performance tonight, actually. Yeah. Are you busy at all? Do you have anything planned?
Well, I was just gonna make some. Oh, my beans! And she turns around and she has to go run back to the kitchen, where we get the shot from outside where there's like steam coming out or whatever, and she has to go say, "Oh no, not dinner!" And so she's off for just a moment, but your dad does step in. Now you're performing with the symphony here tonight. Is that what I'm hearing now, Pez?
Oh no, I wish. We went to the symphony and there was the leader of the symphony, Turnbuckle McFartbutt, and I don't like him very much.
What a name that man has. That is quite the name.
I think that's correct. But I went there, and then he said that I couldn't join because I had to earn my harp. I guess
he told you that he said my daughter couldn't join. Well, I will go down there and talk to Turnbuckle McFartbutt, and I will just have a word. I will have a word, and they will let my Pez into the symphony. They are definitely not too good for her.
Now, Daddy, I appreciate you, but I don't know if that's necessary. I don't think he'd listen. We're gonna try to do the right way, I guess. It turns out there's a thing tonight where I can earn my harp. They know you actually, the person who runs the bar. What's their name? Then.
Exley. Exard Ratclay.
What is it?
Exard. EXARD. Ratclay.
Exard Ratclay, he said he knows you?
Well, I do not know this individual, but I am a rather well-known writer in these parts, having done my columns and I've been writing some wonderful books about Gaspard the Brave, and people seem to be really taken to that, so
oh, no.
Maybe he knows me through those.
I'm sorry, did you say that you write books, Gaspard?
Oh, I do. Yes, I write all sorts of adventure novels about Gaspard. I got Gaspard and the Titan Tyrant, Gaspard and the Drunken Drake, Gaspard and the Hateful Hag, Gaspard and the Suspicious Salamander. That's coming out next month.
Eli is starstruck.
He's like, well, they're all up in the library right now if you want to see yourself one of them manuscripts.
Oh, it would be my genuine pleasure, sir. I am a cleric of the community domain, and I've dedicated my life to following Gaspard's teachings and just spreading the word of his adventures, and to meet another man who just shares that love of community and just
now, sir, I might have to pick it at your brain about this Suspicious Salamander story. I don't know if you know any of the dirty details, but I'm really trying to get into Gaspard's psychometry, and I'm really trying to get in there and really find out what he was like.
Well, now let me ask you something. As far as this salamander goes, is this quite possibly the story of the basilisk encounter on the mountain?
It is indeed. Yes, I call it Suspicious Salamander. We've got like a whole thing.
Alliteration. It's understandable. Right, Make it a little more approachable
an alliterator.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. Well, absolutely. I could tell you everything that I was taught and that I've learned over my years. And
right like that. I'd right like that. But y'all, buddy, you're probably pretty hungry right about now. How many of you have been drinking the moonshine at this point? Lucky has, Eli has, Pez has, Dagonet has. How far into it have we gotten?
Lucky was already on his way to the kitchen to get another glass with all the bumbling.
Perfect. Okay.
Dagonet had handed you his glass as well.
You do that right.
Okay. All right. Eli, about how much down are we?
He stopped after the Gaspard talk started, but I'm trying to think of how. Probably about like 3/4 of the way.
Sure. Pez, how you feeling? I know this is old family recipe. You're kind of used to this, but about how much?
One, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. Y'all are probably pretty hungry. I go check in with dear old Becca and see when the beans are gonna be done. Y'all want to just take a sit-see here, and I'll pour another round of drinks, and we'll have some food, and then we'll talk about some Gaspard. But, honey, when is your competitional night?
That's actually, it's at 9, maybe 10.
9? Well, it's right around. I don't wear a watch, and he goes and, like, peeks his head out the window, and is like, honey, when the sun is touching the boughs of the upper tree, about what time is it? And so she yells out from the kitchen, well, now, dear, you know that is about 7 p.m. Boy, it's getting late in the evening here. We're going to have sunset here rather soon, but we should get some eats. And now we might have to hold off on the Gaspard talk if we're going to make it all the way down to the boughs and to the to the song thing for Pez. So y'all just sit here for a bit. I'm gonna help Becca out, and we'll have some vittles.
Thanks so much, Dad.
Thank you.
So you all, there's not like a whole lot of chairs. There's a couple of stools. There's one in front of the easel. There's like a nice reading chair, and then there's like kind of a place to kick up next to the fireplace. But there's not really a whole lot of places to sit in this one room here. There is like a small kitchen table that's like off to the side, but they're kind of monopolizing the kitchen area to prepare dinner at this point. But you are poured again another round of this blackberry moonshine, which, you know, despite it burning quite a bit, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It is distinctly blackberry tasting. So is there anything that you guys want to accomplish like in this little bit of time here? Do you just guys want to have dinner? There's more conversation you want to have? What's going on?
I'm good for dinner. Eli is going to want to see those manuscripts, but he can wait. Gaspard ain't going anywhere.
So the library is open, right? It's an open room with a writing desk in it, and you can go peruse.
Eli will go peruse.
Yeah, sure.
He'll follow just out of curiosity, but
yeah, okay. Pez, Dagonet, what are you guys up to?
I'm gonna go look at Mom's paintings. Just
Yeah.
check them out.
Okay. Dagonet?
I'd probably take a seat in that reading chair.
It's a good plan. It's a nice chair. It's a very nice chair. It's probably where Becca does most of her editing of Bo's manuscripts. So she sits in that really comfy chair and starts, getting that pen ink out there and doing the whole thing. So you do see like a little writing desk, like a lap desk that's off to the side that she probably uses. So the books, Eli, it's packed full of just books and these like scrolls and manuscripts and stuff. So if you want to specifically find the Gaspard stuff, roll me an investigation check.
Here I go. Oh, I didn't open my character sheet this time. I haven't had to roll yet. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You had like a really relaxed last week, I think was
yeah.
That's a 4.
That's a 4.
That's a 4.
The shine's hitting me.
Yeah, it's really, you're like, woof, okay. But you're going to find Gaspard stuff. You're not really finding it on the shelves. It's kind of a problem, but what you do find is like snippets and columns and like newspapers of old Alderheart Gazette, where Bo used to have a column inside of it of like, it was like People Talk was his column. And essentially he would go around and find the common folk and see what their opinions are of like what was happening in the world, the bandits, the markets and things of that nature, and just kind of write opinion pieces on it. Lucky, you're luckier. You find on the desk the unfinished manuscript of Gaspard the Suspicious Salamander and the Suspicious Salamander.
Do you need anything about a salamander?
Yes, that's what he was referring to the basilisk as.
All right. And DM, is there? I'm sorry to say this. Anything else on the desk that's pretty or shiny or?
Roll me an investigation check.
I'm sorry.
A 9.
Playing your character.
There's a set of very nice pens.
Oh no.
And probably some really high quality inks.
Oh no. Oh no.
And I'm gonna be like, do you want this manuscript? Let me bring it over to you. You want to come get it?
I think Eli's poking around through the shelves and reading some opinion pieces just out of curiosity. I think his curiosity got the better of him, and he sort of like found something. He was like, oh, well, it's not Gaspard, but reading. And so if you came over with the manuscript, I would take it, but I'm not really pulling myself away right now.
You seem a little busy. So just like sweaty palms. And Lucky's going to try to essentially pick up the manuscript and like act as though he's examining it and try to palm at least one pin out of the pen cup.
So there are 3 pens. All of them are rather nice, and for the home and where they live, you can tell pretty quickly, Lucky, that these were probably gifts of some kind because they are much more expensive than anything else in the house. So yeah, no one's paying attention. So with advantage, roll me sleight of hand.
Great.
Leslie is filled with regretty, but Lucky is excited.
That is a 19, which thoroughly beats anyone's passive perception in the room right now. Lucky, you palm what is a very nice silver-tipped pen. It is a hardwood, and it's definitely seen some use. You can feel like the wear in the wood itself, but the quality of the pen is palpable in your hands.
Just like, pocket it as quickly as
Just
possible.
yeah, it goes directly into the pocket.
I don't write very much because I'll underwrite that now. Just takes the manuscript with the salamander and Gaspard on it over to Eli. Eli, this might be something you're looking for. I didn't see anything else on that.
Yes, thank you. These eyes, they just age is hitting me like a ton of bricks.
So okay, you don't miss much. So I'll help you if you do miss anything. Yeah. I'm gonna go look around for some more in case there's anything else here. All right.
All right.
All right, great. Just pretends to start looking around, a little sweaty.
So you've got what seems to be like middle section of this book, The Suspicious Salamander. It's definitely not all of it. Some of it seems to still be on the desk, but just the page that he was working on. And it seems to be like Gaspard traveling through a village and getting sidetracked on his way to slay the basilisk, the suspicious salamander, and helping a small farming family out with a problem that they had, and how he tells them that a community always comes first, and things of that nature. And it really ties into very well the things that you end up preaching. But you do note that there's a lot of really flowery language for Gaspard himself in his description, and a lot of it makes him seem even more heroic and shiny than even your like general scripture does.
Well, this is a community-loving man. Doesn't take much to know that just from seeing the way he writes about Gaspard. Oh, it's a beautiful thing, Lucky.
Yeah, what? Oh, sorry, I was trying to translate whatever this is. Lucky's not the best reader.
Okay. So Pez, you're going through some of your mom's paintings. Are you taking a look at fresh stuff or some of the older stuff that's like propped up against the walls?
I'm gonna look at the newer stuff.
She seems to be, you know that your mom always loved sunsets, and it's a very particular reason why there's all of these windows around the home, so she can see the sun rise and set through the boughs and leaves of the Alderheart tree. And it's been some of her most well-renowned work is just these landscapes through the eyes of the Alderheart tree. You do note that on some of the more recent canvases that there seems to be a lot more smoke, where generally you wouldn't find any. He seems to be depicting smoke off in the western distance.
Oh no. I don't want my parents to be affected by the fires. That's spooky. Ooh. I'm gonna talk to her about those later. I'm gonna take out my pouch of shiny gems though, and like color match, and just put some matching colored gems near the other canvases and leave some little presents.
Okay, sure. Just give me a rough estimate of like how many you would do that for, because this was part of your quote loot from the bandit thing. So I just want to make sure that I get the monetary value somewhat correct. I'm not going to be overly critical about it. But.
Like 3 of them.
Like 3 of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me take a look at what you've got currently. You picked up all the gemstones, right? Okay, and you leave about 3 of them. So let's say there's like 10 total. This makes it much easier on me. So they're worth about 25 gold apiece. So it's about 75 gold worth of these gems that you leave there.
Okay.
All right. So eventually, and not too much time, Bo sticks his head out of the kitchen door, and now y'all gather around the table. We got beans ready.
They smell delicious, Mama.
Yes, this is gonna be quite a feast.
You guys go into the kitchen, and yes, it does smell nice. And it's not just, beans. There are some like greens, there's some fruits, and there's some vegetables. Notably missing is like any type of meat. And I like to imagine that they kind of have like this farmhouse style table, but it has that really like that checker pattern red and white tablecloth on it. Like it absolutely has to have that like cartoon checker pattern tablecloth on it. And you guys sit and have your meal. So whatever you guys want to talk about here or discuss or anything like that, we can do that, or we can go ahead and we can jump to the competition at the Crowned Cormorant.
Mama, I saw in your paintings over there, they're beautiful.
Well, thank you, darling.
You're doing so good. Have you seen a lot of smoke, though? I mean, it's gorgeous. It's just,
every night, and when the sun drops back behind the horizon and the trees, yeah, we've been seeing a lot of smoke over to the west. A lot of smoke over to the west. Now, that would make sense. There's a lot of refugees here in Alderheart now. Most of them living in the trunk market in that area, and more coming every day. Now, Alderheart can provide. That's what our council has told us, but with all of these bandits coming around, like the ones from just yesterday that were taking all of our food, it's going to be really hard for us to keep providing for all the refugees. Now we know there's some fires off to the west, and she gives like a pointed look over to Bo. And Bo says that you were just over there. You had come from Winnowin Reach, and you had played from over there. Did you see the fires?
Well, there are people in the town who were affected by the fires. And then we headed out before they hit, but it sounded like possibly they could have gone through. I think they were sending guards to go check it out. But it doesn't sound like it's very good. We've seen bats, like fire bats.
Fire bats?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Are they're like bats on fire?
But like the fire's not burning them, right? Like that's just how they are, and they'll fly around and set fires all over. It seems. Or oh my gosh, there were some little like fire people.
People that were on fire? Well, did you douse them out?
Oh, I buried them in dirt. One of them.
You buried them?
Oh my gosh. I have some fun tricks that I learned. I'll have to show you sometime. Probably not in the house, though, because I don't want to ruin the beans.
My. Our Pez has just been gone, and now she's just so grown up. Isn't that right, Bo? And Bo says, yes, our young Pez. Pez, you become quite the adventurer. There's the fire people and bats that are on fire, and all of these fine folk here. And he like looks again at Lucky, who's just got like this really nice leather armor on and this nice bow, and Dagone's got this really heavy armor on and a shield. Really? Is this? Oh, now, Pez, now we always just wanted whatever would make you happy, and that's why we were all about you going off and becoming a traveling bard and finding your fortune. Is this? Well, no offense to y'all, but is this what you want to be doing? Do you want to be an adventurer?
I don't want Alderheart to be on fire. But...
No, I agree with that. I think your mother would as well. Now, but is our daughter really? Are you really the person that has to be the one that saves Alderheart here?
I mean, it just kind of fell into our laps, and it's been stuff we've all been able to handle.
I mean, did you always know you wanted to be such good and loving parents, or did you have other things that you were doing in your life, and then suddenly you were parents? I mean,
Bo like looks down at Becca, and she looks up at him lovingly. He's like, "Well, I think that little Gerbine may have the right of it. Sound like you got the heart of Gaspard in you, little one there, and I think, well, if our daughter Pez is the one that has to save Alderheart here with her companions, then you know what? I think that's all right." And Becca was, "Yes, just do be careful. Now, we do want you to be able to come home."
Oh, I know, Mama. I'll make sure definitely to come see you earlier next time. That's my bad.
Please do. I know we don't have the most room, and it's probably easier for you all to stay in the inn, but, well, having some dinner is pretty nice.
Yeah, I'll definitely before we head out, I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted, and then we're gonna go hang out later, and hopefully this won't take too long, cause I missed your beans, Mama.
Well, I'm glad you like them, Pez. I know they're your favorite now, and we'll pack you all some for the road. I think, right? You're gonna need some for your adventuring. Is that right?
Well, I would appreciate if you can spare some. That would be so nice.
I say we can give you a whole bag of even the raw ones. You can cook them out on the road. They don't take too darn long, and I think that'd be right good. That'd be. Whoa, hey, hang on now. Let's look at the time. We've been sitting here drawing away, and a couple more of these blackberry moonshines in me, and I don't know if we're gonna make it all the way over to the bows. It's probably dangerous enough as it is, and we're gonna waddle toddle all the way over from all the way on these spindly legs of the branches here and back over to the bows. We should probably get a head on out here. Pez, are you ready? You ready? Ready?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
I can't wait to hear you play, Pez. It has been quite some time since we've been blessed with your music.
Oh my gosh, I got a lot of new material hanging out with these fine folk here. Got a lot. I tried to collect some slime for the scrapbook, but that did not go well. Daddy, do not try and collect slime. It's not good.
I will not collect the slime. You have my word, Pez. You have my word.
It's a lot stickier than it looks.
We'll just do a quick cleanup here, and then we're gonna head on out to the bows. And now, if y'all want to get a head start, we can just meet y'all over there.
Yeah, that sounds good. We should probably check and see if they need anything, or I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it out.
Okay. So they get up and they begin cleaning the dishes from dinner and things like that. You guys want to head to the Crowned Cormorant and see what's up? Yeah, okay. So we kind of we'll get our little all the way over to the Crowned Cormorant. Dagonet does make their way down the stairs very carefully, and with Eli's help. I do assume that at some point in time you did untie yourselves while you were inside, so we're just going to say that happened, and then you retied outside, and then went down the stairs and made your way off across one of the floating trolleys, I guess is what they would be, back to the main portion of the Alderheart tree, and making your way over to the bows. And from there, the Crowned Cormorant. The Cormorant is lively. Again, it is, for those of you guys that may not have gotten the description before, the Cormorant has 2 floors and a large stage at its front, roughly about raised about 4 feet. The lower floor has a bunch of tables consisting of mostly chairs facing the stage. The upper floor seems to be a quieter, more private table affair. There's a large oak bar in the back lined with stools, and there is a well-dressed Vulpin with a fine purple vest over a white tunic with a gold chain hanging from his pocket and a golden heart pin onto his vest. Exard Ratclay stands behind the bar, laughing, chatting, and serving up some drinks. As you enter, you do note that there is someone currently playing, and as you take a look around, you see that there are quite a few people in here with harp pins already, and they seem to be having a couple drinks, maybe some food from the kitchen. And they're just kind of casually listening to the current performer that's on stage that seems to be a warm-up for what's to come.
Is Mr. Tootie Face here?
Make me a perception check. Let's see if he's here. Would you call him Fart Butt or something?
Something like that.
A 15 for Tomand 3s to see if the conductor of the Alderheart Symphony is here. On the ground floor here, while looking around, you do not make out the lightly feather white tufted crown of Mr. 3s anywhere in the vicinity.
I do not like that guy. Well, thanks for coming over and hanging out. And were the beans good? What did you think about the beans? Sorry about the stairs.
I think your family was right lovely, and the meal, best beans I ever had.
That's the only thing she makes, but she does it real good.
Years of practice.
It's a honed art.
You think we should find you a sign-up sheet somewhere?
Yeah, probably. I'll go ask the Vulpin guy, Elder Embrex.
Exard Ratclay is at the back, and he does note your approach and says, Pez, welcome back to the Crowned Cormorant. Given your entry fee, and you've signed up, yes?
Have I signed up? up? Yes, I signed up. I remember.
Well, we do have 2 other competitors for the evening, so we will have a drawing to see who goes first. But have a seat. He looks around and says, "That one over there. There's a table there, 4 chairs ish. We could bring some other over if you'd like. Have a seat. Drinks. What do you want?"
Ooh. Something with strawberries in it?
Strawberry. Well, I can make that happen. And the rest of your group, you know what? I'll send a barmaid by. That's fine. Just go have a seat at the table, something with strawberries for you, and I'll figure it out from the barmaid afterwards. We'll get going here, and he takes out his pocket watch on the gold change, and Shannon takes a look at it. Oh, maybe half hour or so. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the music on the stage, and there'll be a couple of opening acts before we get to the competition.
Oh, it's so exciting.
It is exciting, isn't it? You'll do wonderfully. Don't worry about it. And he turns to take an order from one of a different customer, and you do note that there has been cleared a nice 4-ish person table. You could probably squeeze some more people around it if you needed to, and it's available for you.
How close is this table to like other people's tables? Is it like pretty packed?
Honestly, on nights like this, it's pretty packed. People want to be here for the competition. So there's just like a bunch of people crowded around tables. It's like they brought out extra chairs for these much too small tables in some cases.
Notably, are there any performers who have earned their golden?
The harp's near that.
Like in or near that.
Make me a perception check.
8. 10.
10. There's quite a few. There's quite a few in the area. There are roughly, when you were at the symphony practice, 40 people who had harps at the practice. Here, it seems like almost every other person is someone who has a harp, whether or not they were in the symphony or otherwise.
Alright, we should make our way over there, you think?
Yeah. Is this intimidating? Should this be intimidating? I'm intimidated.
You're gonna be fine.
I think you got nothing to worry about. You are a talented musician.
What if that was just a fluke, though?
Don't matter. You know what? Even the best warrior can make a weapon out of any old mundane item. I mean, Gaspard started his adventures with a stick.
That's impressive.
No, your dad might have thought his first manuscript was a fluke, but look, now he's got a whole career writing that stuff. And he's got big fans, doesn't he, Eli?
Thought you said flute. Fluke. Okay. Yes. This statement makes a lot more sense now.
I mean, I have been drinking.
yeah. Eli's been drinking. And no, I mean your father is spreading good word to Gaspard. He writes with love in his heart, and so it's all you need. Love, faith, whatever drives you. Whatever force drives you when you play music, that's all you need.
Oh my gosh, you two should collaborate at some point. Because, I mean, you are very into the Gaspard, and
I mean, he's more, I mean, I just am a big fan of people who have passions. I got my passions, you got your passion, Dad's got his passion. I mean, everybody's got their thing. So, that's what life's all about, right? Like, finding that thing you want to do and then doing it. And then sometimes deciding you don't want to do it anymore, and then you move on to another life, but then you find other things you want to do, you know? Right, Eli?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Eli
I think
knows.
after the waterfall of words comes out of Lucky's mouth, a small Gerbine woman approaches you. She's wearing what seems to be like a barmaid's outfit with an apron and a skirt and some nice boots. And she comes, name's Marigold. I was told to come take your order, and she drops a glass onto the table. Strawberry fizzy for you here, yeah?
yes, please, ma'am, thank you.
Okay, and the rest of you.
Well,
Anything you have with blackberry in it.
Blackberry. I could find something with blackberry, all right.
I just have a water, but if I can ask a question, which one of these patrons around here has been your most active patron for the evening in like these tables.
Active.
As in
Aye.
a lot of consuming.
Well, let's see. Probably those two Marpak brothers over there.
Are they nice? You know, they tipping you good.
Oh, nice enough. Tip pretty well.
All right, I'm gonna buy him a round. He's gonna
Round?
slide some money across the table. Just,
Anything particular you want to buy a round of?
whatever they've been drinking on the last round.
Oof, that's some hard stuff. That's fine. We've got some really nice blackberry moonshine. Is that what you're looking for, Eli?
That sounds like it'll hit the
I
spot
shouldn't
just
know your name.
nicely. No.
You been listening to us? I mean, we talk loud. Should we keep quiet?
Who sent you?
I'm very small, and some people don't notice me when I approach the.
Oh
the tables.
no.
I'm so dumb. Okay, she turns. She's gonna. Do you? What else do you want? Strict friend. What do you want to drink?
Just a dark stout if you have one.
Oh. Water, dark stout, strawberry fizzies if we ever come, and then the blackberry moonshine for you, and then some for the two Marpak boys over there. Okay. She turns and with a little flick of her ear, she leaves.
He was nice.
Yeah, this whole place is nice.
You gotta watch out on the eavesdropping, I guess. But, he was nice.
Such an idiot. Eventually, the drinks do come back to you. Lucky, you do note that she points out who has bought the drinks to the two Marpak boys, and they're getting a little bit rowdy. They've had quite a few drinks, but they both raise their glasses to you when they see that you've bought them a drink. They don't really care why you bought the drink. They just like that it happened.
Do either one of them have the harp?
No. No, they do
some money.
not. They do not. But there is someone next to them that does. So do with that information what you will.
Lucky, that was real nice of you.
You know, sometimes you just gotta. Some people sing in you know, taverns and whatnot to impress everybody. Some people just choose money. So, you know, sips his water awkwardly.
Okay. Anything that you guys want to discuss, or do we want to jump to the moment?
I'm gonna buy Dagonet's next drink because I'm sorry. I didn't even think about that possibly being a problem, honestly. I'm just so used to it, and I'm sorry. You did it though.
Yes, well, just because I did it once, don't expect me to do it again. Though your parents are beautiful people, but maybe we shall make them more in the heart of the city.
That's more than fair. Maybe I'll have him bring a barrel of the moonshine real sneaky like.
Oh, that would be even better.
They're pretty good at that.
What, being sneaky or the moonshine?
Carrying the moonshine all sneaky like, very discreet. All you gotta do is wrap some canvas around it and pretend it's like a whole art satchel thing, and then you can just bring it anywhere in town and sip on it. Just put a big straw in there, and nobody notices, or if they do, it's fine. They don't notice. We're very sneaky folk, us pingos.
All right, and Lucky will remember this.
Okay. And I think at this point, this is when your parents enter the bar, and I think your mom's probably the first one to notice you. Oh, over there. Okay. And they like bustle their way over, and she gives you a big hug. She's, are you ready?
I think so. Probably.
So nervous for you. I'm so nervous.
I'm sweating a lot, but we're just gonna pass it off as a glisten.
Wait, now you glisten on the right pretty on that bright plumage of yours, daughter dear. And he pulls out a handkerchief and he starts dabbing at your brow. Now you hold on to this when you get up there, and if you get nervous, you just wipe off that sweat, because you know you're going to be the best one up there.
Oh, I hope so. I don't know what the competition looks like. Do we see the competition?
You don't know who that is yet. So there's been performers up and down off the stage playing various different songs. Some of them are harp owners, right? They're just there to perform, right? And have a good night and lead into what the competition might be. You do note, however, actually, you know what? Roll me a perception check. Let's see if you notice anyone that might stand out. I like rolls. Rolls. A 5. You have no idea. You don't know if anyone is part of this competition or not. Been pretty nervous about the whole thing. You did note that there are other people with instruments in the room, but you're not sure who would be the competition here.
It could be everyone, or it could be no one.
Wow, that's just not even knowing who your competition is. No, that seems. You'll do fine, Pez. Now, I have the utmost confidence in you, Pez dearest, because you are our daughter. And he hugs his wife much closer to him. You're gonna do great. Now we're gonna pull up some chairs here and have a little sit and maybe a drink or two, and then we'll see you win.
I'll do my best for you. Okay.
And I think that's perfect timing for Exley to get up on the stage and kind of shoo the guy off that was performing. And he goes, welcome everyone to the Crowned Cormorant. It is time once again for this week's competition of the harp. And there's a bunch of applause and woo, yeah, woo from the audience. People are pretty stoked about this. Your parents have now brought up their chairs. You guys have some fresh drinks, and they have some drinks as well. And Exley goes on. We have 3, that's right, 3 contestants this evening. We have one, Lila, and he points off to the side, and you see a young sable Luma that's got this really large, looks like a cello case, and is resting there, and she looks really kind of shy about the whole thing. She raises her little hand and says, and everyone's, yeah, woo, yeah, Lila, woo. And we have Gezi, and everyone's like, yeah, Gezi, woo! Gezi is a Mapok. He's kind of ruffled looking, but people seem to know him, and he's definitely had a couple drinks. You kind of note him kind of swaying back and forth. And Exard, he says again, now maybe this is the week that Gezi gets his harp. Now isn't that right, Gezi? And Gezi goes, woo! This week's the one, Exard. And he puts the flute back down. And we do have another newcomer. We have Pez Pingo. And he gestures over to you, and everyone turns and they clap. And, woo, Pez, yeah, woo!
He's on his feet, the whole time.
Oh my, we have such enthusiasm here. This is wonderful. Now I'm going to have each of these 3 contestants. You can leave your instruments where they are. Please do come up on the stage. I am going to have you draw numbers out of a hat, and we will see who is going to kick this thing off. All right, now head on up here. So you all go up onto the stage, and Pez, I'm going to need you to roll me a 1d3, please. A 3, okay, so you will be bringing up the end. It's going to be even more poetic. I love it. So it looks like Lila gets the second draw, and Gezi gets the first. And he goes, oh, Gezi with a number 1. Good, he gets to start us off just right. And you guys go back to your seats, and Gezi prepares himself onto the stage. Gezi has a lute, and a fluted lute? I wonder if he could do both at the same time. Maybe I should have had him do that. Dang it, I didn't think about it. Gezi, for all of his being kind of drunk, he plays a lively tune, quick fingers, and he sings a song about a maiden and a Mapok tinker's efforts to win her heart. The audience loves it. It's kind of an old standby for the humble folk. So Eli and Lucky, you'd both know this song inherently. You'd have grown up on it. and he's got some really nice like technical twists in it. He has a lute solo, and at the end, everyone cheers very loudly for him. He kind of stumbles himself off the stage, and it looks like he has a couple friends off on the side that gather him and like hand him another drink. And Exard gets back on the stage. That was wonderful, Gezi. This might actually be the week that you win. I'd be thoroughly impressed, but I will go around and I will collect the thoughts of everyone around here, and then we will move on, and Lila will be playing next. So 5 minutes, everyone. And so he gets off the stage. Another performer gets on and just kind of like plays interlude tunes while you wait for Lila to take the stage next. Exard is going around to each of the different tables, and he seems to be asking a lot of people that have the harp already on their lapels, as well as some of the ones that don't. He goes upstairs for a time, and it seems to just be he's collecting the thoughts of everyone that is here and heard them play. Eventually, he does make his way down to your table. All right. I know I probably shouldn't be asking you, Pez, and you lot are probably pretty biased, but what'd you think of old Gezi?
Oh, it's just fun. I like Gezi.
Gezi is a fun one. Would you know that this is his 15th attempt at trying to get the hop?
Once he's counting gold in his mind. 50 gold.
He's paid a lot. Sometimes we let him go for free. It's been so long, and he hasn't really won any. He does play well. There are a lot of very good musicians in this town.
Just keep trying, he'll get there.
So, Pez, I do have to leave you out of the running here, but you hedge friend, Lucky, I do remember your name, Strig friend here, what do you think? Yay, nay?
I
Is he
thought
worthy of a hop?
he was quite talented.
Okay, all right.
I would say it was very nice, but I definitely have heard the song before. Heartwarming, of course.
A
but
wonderful song for us humble folk, though, isn't it?
Right. I mean, it's definitely a good stage performer's song, but I don't know about the orchestra. That's just my opinion.
Well, so the Golden Harp doesn't just allow you to get into the orchestra. It lets you play anywhere in Alderheart, and people know of it. He can go play anywhere and make some money on the side. The Golden Harp is just a status symbol of being known here in Alderheart. It also allows you to be in the symphony, but looking at Gezi here, I don't think he'd ever go play in that stuffed up place. Look at him. And you see him like carousing with his friends, and they've picked up cards for the time being and stuff. And one of his friends like has the lute now and is trying to play what he was playing, and he's like laughing at him. And they're just carousing and having a great time. Symphony doesn't seem to be the right place for old Gezi.
I mean, it's maybe one of those things that he's like, he's honorary well known, you know? Like,
Infamous.
You know, he will always have a place here. I'll tell him that. He always plays a nice song.
What about you, Degane? How do you feel about it?
It was enjoyable, yes. But if you leave it to me, I would probably give everyone a golden harp.
Well, now we can't do that, because then it has no meaning at all. Look around you already. Look how many people already have the golden harp. I'm thinking I'm going to have to change the competition and maybe do something different to keep people coming back. But that's not for this. I will take into consideration what you've said here. Another round of drinks for you? Yes. All right, I'll get Mara on it. And he spins off, and he goes. Mara brings you another round of drinks. For those of you that have, wanted waters, you got waters, and another strawberry fizzy drink for Pez. And another moonshine for Eli. Eli, do you take another? Oh my goodness, Eli is getting after it right now. Eventually, XR does make his way to the stage, and the rest of the inn does quiet down. He's like, all right, Gezi, you did wonderfully. And Gezi's like, woo! So now, everyone, quiet down now, and it's time for Lila. Lila, please, will you take the stage? And Lila slowly takes the stage. She looks, in a lot of ways, you'd be able to tell more, I think, Pez, you and your parents probably, because you are Lumas. You can tell that she's young. She's a sable Luma, so she is not blessed with the bright plumage that you have. Very muted, brown. But she pulls out her cello, and she sits on a stool, and she plays this beautifully mournful song. And it seems really technically challenging. You hear a lot from some of the people around you with harps. You hear gasps at difficult sections and how she is exacting in its execution. She is almost perfect and precise. The audience is very attentive. She's clearly an excellent instrumentalist. And at the end, there's a lot of just very polite clapping. It was a sad song, and it doesn't necessarily deserve a whole lot of cheering for what it is. But there is a lot of clapping. People are very appreciative of it. Exard takes the stage, and he wipes a small tear out of his eye. Oh, that was right wonderful, Nyla. I do appreciate that. I will be taking the thoughts, and then Pez, you will be the last one to take the stage for this evening. All right then, let's get to it. And he gets down off the stage. Someone comes up in the intervening time, and he goes and takes some more thoughts from around. And I think, Pez, with you sitting in your chair, awaiting your call onto the stage, this is where we take our first break. So we're going to break here. This has been DieFall Alderheart episode 7, part 1. And when we come back in about 3 to 5 minutes, we will see how Pez does in her performance for the harp. Hey guys, once again, thank you so much for coming by and watching DieFall Alderheart episode 7. I really do hope that you're enjoying your time here. And if you want to get caught up on anything, you can head on over to the YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/runawayrobot if you want to see everything visually that we do here. And I just realized that the bot is not on, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. Sorry about that. And you can also find us on iTunes and Spotify under DieFall Dungeons and Dragons in a podcast format. Things that I do want to mention right up front here is that there is now a DieFall specific Patreon. If you would like to support the show specifically, and you would like to support the cast members, the Patreon directly goes to paying cast members on DieFall shows, starting with this one here. If you would like to participate in that, that is Patreon DieFall, so patreon.com/DieFall, and feel free to give whatever you would like in any capacity. And just know it will go directly to these cast members. If you would like to have a say, this is brand new, and I am taking suggestions currently. On what our tiers should be and what should be included in that. Join the Discord. Head on over to the Patreon suggestion channel and drop some things in there. Things that we're looking at right now are character backstories, doing post-show videos, doing highlight reels, as well as larger tiers being for recurring NPC characters and things of that nature. So again, I'd like to thank Zombie Fighter for being one of our very first patrons, and as well as Godfather Wraith or Wraith VESG. Thank you guys so much for being the first patrons of the DieFall Patreon. I super duper appreciate it. And again, this goes directly to the cast members. I won't see any of this. We'll be back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Fateful Encounters, appreciate the follow. Welcome to the factory. And Nick's the third 26 months subscribed with Twitch Prime. If you've got a Twitch Prime, make sure you use it every month on this channel or some other channel so Amazon doesn't keep the money. But thank you so much, Nick's, for 26 months in a row. McYagi, appreciate the raid. That was right at the beginning of the show. Thank you very much, my dude. And Pompaku, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. And welcome to the factory. We will be right back. Welcome back to DieFall Alderheart episode 7. We got some snacks. We eating it up. But most importantly, we're going to have our nice fine feathered friend Pez do some very specific roles for us tonight. So Exard, after going around and picking up the thoughts of everyone around, gets back on the stage and says, all right, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Now, time for our last competitor for the evening, Pez Pingo. And as everyone goes and claps, you get some cheers from your dad. Woo, that's my daughter!
Oh,
and you get up on the stage and you bring all of your things up there. What do you do, Pez? What is your plan?
So I have like a performance in mind that I want to do. So I'm gonna like unload the stone, gonna lean it up against whatever's nearby, and take my aloes out. Just pat down my feathers a little bit. Just okay. And then I was gonna do a song based on like our journey so far, but it's more of like it's an experience.
It's an experience.
So
okay.
it's more performative than it is a specific like song sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll start kind of calm, right? Kind of to describe the Winnowing Reach area or Meadowfen. I get those two confused.
Meadowfen's the first.
Yeah, Meadowfen. And then it'll get more like frantic and erratic as I'm describing like the fire and spooky. And then it'll kind of slow a little bit to like a steady march into some sort of campfire, cozy, toasty sounding tune. And then it'll be like a crescendo as we kind of reach Alderheart, right? Being like, wow, that's so big. And then it'll be kind of going into like a bold and somber tune to describe like the battle afterwards, the ensuing battle. And then it'll end on like a hopeful kind of light trilling note that'll kind of echo throughout.
Is there anything you want to do to help this?
Yes.
Hey, Eli, before Pez got up on stage, is there anything that you would have liked to have done to help this?
I would have given her a reassuring pat on the shoulder and casted guidance, which you can have a D4 to any one ability check you want. It says it lasts for a minute, so I'm hoping I did it really quick.
That does it stack with Bardic Inspiration or no?
It's two separate things.
Yeah,
so yes.
I think so. And you can roll the die before or after you make the check.
Yep.
Oh, and I would have inspired myself too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What would you do to inspire yourself, Pez?
Just, it'll be okay, Pez. You got this. It's fine. Look at Dad like, hey, Dad.
Yeah, they give you like a big old hug before you get up on the stage too. Yeah, everyone's very excited for you. So Pez, you go up and you do this performance. Is there something else that you want to do with this? I know you have a performance thing that you might have. Did you use it earlier today?
I used a drawing performance earlier. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So this will be a performance check. I believe you are now not just proficient, but an expert in performance.
Yeah.
I think. Did you do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now you have that, your Bardic Inspiration, and the guidance given to you by Eli. So go ahead and roll me a performance check.
So it's the roll plus, how much is the Bardic Inspiration? Is that another plus
D6?
4?
It's a D6, and then the guidance is a D4.
Okay. And then I just want to make sure I get this all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then if it's a terrible roll still, I have faded, so it's okay.
We're going to find out.
It's fine. Do I have to declare if I'm going to add the bits beforehand?
Mine you could do before or after. I don't know about Bardic Inspiration.
Bardic is also before or after.
Okay. I'm on roll.
That is a 24 flat.
I think that's okay. I'll take it.
I think it's okay. Yeah. But the thing is, the things to add run out during your performance, so there's no reason to hold them.
I'm gonna add them.
Yeah.
So it's
a D6 and a D4. It's a 1 for the D6. Okay.
1 D4. Whoops! I did the same thing you did.
Hey, I did the same thing. Yeah. And a 2. So that is a 27 on the performance. I think for you get lost in doing the performance itself, right? You're telling a story. You're not just playing music very like technically correct and, very emotionally driven, but you're also telling a story while you do it. And it comes across really well, especially the part where you get to Alderheart and you and your party save them from the bandits, right? You guys were on the front lines helping this city recover and to fight off the bandits, and are continuing to do so. You look out on the crowd, and this is probably the largest crowd you've ever played for. You're the last person of the evening. This place is packed, absolutely packed, and everyone is wrapped with attention. You may not have enthralling performance, but these people are absolutely enthralled. And as the song comes to an end, there is raucous cheering, clapping, yelling from your parents. Absolutely. Everyone is very excited. And Exard bounds up onto the stage and says, well, that was something. Now, I do still have to go around and get the thoughts of everyone here, and I will be announcing the winner at the end of the evening, but that was wonderful, Pez. Just wonderful. And again, we thank you and we thank your friends for fighting off the bandits and for continuing to protect Alderheart. And he gives you like a really deep, flashy bow as you pack up all of your things and you head off the stage. And so the rest of the ox kind of like, or the rest of the bar comes alive. The Crown Cormorant, they all like congratulate you and are like shaking your hand on your way down and back to the seat. And everyone's very taken with what it was. And there's a lot of thank yous for protecting Alderheart. It looks like not a lot of the people may have known exactly who had been doing the protecting, but you and your friends did. And they're treating you like heroes. You guys are at the table now, and people are buying drinks for the table. They're just coming up, and they're like, "Well, you need a drink, right? Thank you for saving Alderheart. We thank you." And it just keeps coming and coming, while Exard makes his rounds. At some point in time in the next 5 to 7 minutes, while people are around you and praising you and shaking hands with Dagonet, Eli, Lucky, Pez, and everyone around you, and your parents beaming with pride, a small raptor approaches the table and drops a scroll off at your table and says, "You've been summoned by the council immediately." And he turns and he leaves.
You know, they have like the worst timing. Earlier, we were perfectly available, and then they don't want us, and then now they got...
I'll say I wouldn't have been drinking as much had I known I would be appearing before the council.
I don't know if I can stand up, let alone walk, after all these drinks that they've been sending to the table.
Well, we got a job to do, I guess.
I mean, would you like me to go and represent us there, since I was not drinking? I was drinking water, and then you guys can wait on Pez's thing. I mean, I'm even curious. I mean, Pez, I was blown away.
Oh my gosh.
Blown away, frankly.
I think they liked it.
I think they loved it. You are the most talented musician I've ever seen, Pez.
Oh my goodness. I just like doing it. Everybody else was so good too. Did you hear them? You were there.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know if they'd send them in the mail, not assuming that I'll get a harp or anything. Do you think they'd send it in the mail? Will they forward it?
Well, I think they can make an exception for you, because not everyone gets immediately summoned to the council, no?
Look, he's like awkwardly pointing at your parents.
Oh, what?
Your parents are lovely, but also they probably could collect your pen for you, right?
Oh, that's... You're pretty smart. Lucky, you are so smart.
It's okay. If I was drinking, I would have forgotten they were here too. No offense. I lose my mind a bit when I drink too much, so.
Well, do we see the Vulpin buddy anywhere?
It looks like he's probably made his way upstairs at this to take some more thoughts.
Should we let him know?
Now, Pez, I can let the man know. That's all right. Once I introduce myself, he'll probably be right okay with it. Now, y'all need to get scooting to the council. You don't want to leave them waiting. Now, Pez, I know this is really important for you, but at least you got the performance done.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We should all probably go. Right, it's probably fine. We can walk it off. We'll walk it off, Eli.
We'll walk it off.
Y'all might just need to do most of the talking.
Do we have beans? You could just shovel in a couple beans.
That's all right.
Soak it up.
What was the server's name? I can't remember.
Mara.
So maybe I can get you like a water you can take with you. It's a bit on the way. We can take a long route. Maybe.
I'll be all right.
All right.
I'll survive.
All right.
And walk it off.
So you guys leave the bar and head on over to the council chamber. It's late evening now, right? This was kind of a late start. People are either at their inns, at the bars, or at their homes. The shops have been closed up. The council square itself is closed up. There is one guard in front of the council chamber who sees your approach, gives you a nod, and allows you inside. He does say, as you guys pass, he goes, "She's in a right mood this evening. I wouldn't get on her bad side. Luck."
Mm-hmm.
And he ushers you inside and closes the door with a boom. Once inside the chamber, you do note that the council speaker, Beta, is alone at the council head. She looks a little tired, a little bedraggled, but still trying to appear as regal as possible. She greets you as you enter. "Oh, wonderful. You made it. Did take a little bit of time, but please. Come forward, come forward." She's like gesturing you forward to like the center dais that is surrounded by the lecterns of the council.
You want to see us, ma'am?
Yes, of course. We have been interrogating night and day these bandits that you helped capture. Now, we are quite confident that we know the location of the bandit stronghold and the location of the leader of the bandit coalition, Benna Saradin. They call her General Benna Saradin, and they seem to hold her in quite high regard. So my orders to you are, and the orders of Alderheart and the council itself, is capture Benna Saradin and bring her back to us and to justice. If you cannot capture her, kill her. We'll cut off the head of the snake that is the bandits, all of their newfound organization, and hopefully prevent whatever it is they are threatening to come. Do you understand?
Are there a lot of people in this stronghold? Is it who's all going? Is it us or is it just us who's going?
I will send you with an escort to the stronghold itself. It is about 5 days east of. Might the walk. Be gone for some time. It is well guarded. It's capable of withstanding any large-scale attack. Positioned high up in the mountains. There only seems to be one road in and one road out. If we decided to assault the bandits there, it'd be like them trying to assault Alderheart. Nearly impossible without having some help from the inside. So, the decision has been made that we will send a strike team. Now, not any of our God's people, because I will be honoring our previous agreement and bolstering the Perch Guard towards the west. Handle any and all fires as we can. That being said, it has to be you. Infiltrate, however you see fit. Bring me Benna Saradin. You can't? Kill her. How soon can you head out? I have a company waiting you.
What time of day is it? It's the end of the day?
Night. It is.
Yeah.
It is midnight or later now.
First thing in the morning, folks? Does that sound all right?
That sounds good to me. I mean, probably best for us to figure out our odds, what we need to take with us, and set out at the first light.
First
Some
light.
supplies.
Gather the supplies that you need. What do you need?
A knife.
You need a knife.
I mean, obviously, if it's gonna be like 5 days, we're gonna need like rations. We're gonna have to make sure that we got our stuff for like.
I will
camping and
ensure
stuff.
that the company has rations enough for you.
All right. You need anything,
And
Eli?
any sorts of things you need to carry till you get to the mountain.
Is first light all right? I sense a does Lucky sense a disposition about first light?
I'm sorry, were you talking about the speaker?
Yeah.
Sorry. I
No,
thought you
you're
were talking
fine.
to the group. She seems a little perturbed that it is not immediately. It's pretty plain on her face, but so is like her just exhaustion.
Yeah.
First light is fine. I will have them. You will meet the company at the northern lifts outside the trunk district. Is that acceptable? All right. Dismissed, and good luck. She kind of waves you out of the chamber. Okay. So it's late. What would you like to do? Late, and Eli's drunk. What do you need to do?
Sleep.
Dagonet's just been kind of like standing there. It looked like he was like nodding yes, but he was just kind of like dozing off.
He was nodding off. Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah, so you guys want to head back to your rooms at the inn? Sure. You guys head back to the half full cup. It's late now. The people seem to be pretty much ready for bed. Giles is cleaning up the rest of the inn. He gives you a nod as you come in. You all have your keys, and you can head up back to bed. Is there anything that you would like to accomplish for the evening?
I wanted to make sure.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
I just wanted to make sure to wake up extra early so I could say bye to mom and dad because I feel bad.
Sure. So you guys said first light, getting to the branches from where you are now and then back to the trunk district, you'd probably need like an hour and a half or something like that extra to go do that. Which is you're perfectly capable of doing so. I'm just letting you know it would be about that much time to travel.
Okay.
Anyone else have things they want to accomplish before leaving?
Lucky's gonna ask Dagonite and Eli, yeah, do we like send word back to like Metafin or what? That we finally got in touch with the council and they're sending gods out to check out the fires? I can't remember if that was our responsibility or not. It's been like a little bit time.
You would think the council would let them know, but maybe just in case that they're too busy with everything else, that maybe we should at least mail a quick letter.
I don't think that would hurt.
I mean, we left in that good favor. I don't want them to think that we never got here and never like accomplished a job.
No, that's very intuitive, Lucky.
All right. I guess we can go before we get there in the morning. I mean, if you guys want to sleep in a little bit, I can go to like. I imagine there's like a messenger's office or like a postal service. Essentially,
there is absolutely a postal service. But one of the things that you could ask Giles about would be to deliver the letter to the postal service at some point in time as the innkeeper.
Oh yeah, okay. All right. Well, I don't mind getting up earlier if y'all. I mean, you guys sleep in a little bit. It's fine.
Anything else? Dagonet, Eli? Good to go? Okay. So the night happens, the morning comes. Pez, you head off to go see your parents. So you get there bright and early, just before bright, but early in the morning. And you walk up the spindly staircase to your home, and you knock on it. There's no immediate answer.
I'm gonna send message.
Okay.
Huh?
What message do you messaging your mom?
Yeah. Mama, I'm downstairs. I'm sorry. I know it's early.
Eventually, there is the sound of like clunk, clunk, clunk. Oh, Pez. The door and the lock opens, and she opens the door and she gives you a big old hug. Oh, my darling Pez. You have to leave again, don't you?
Yeah, but we'll be gone for a little bit, but we'll be back.
You will be back. That's right. Those friends of yours, they'll take care of you, right?
Yeah, they're real strong. Have you seen them?
Well, I got to look at them, but I've never seen what they can do. But,
They're
Pez,
great.
do you want to say goodbye to your father as well?
Ooh, yeah, I feel bad
He would
waking
be
y'all up.
He'd be heartbroken if you didn't. Come on in. Let me go
Okay.
get Bo. She goes back upstairs and she shakes him away. Pez!
What?
Oh, of course. Pez. And he comes down the stairs and he gives you a big old hug and he's, oh, Pez, please do be safe. I don't know what I would do without you.
Oh my God, it's gonna be. Thank you so much for coming out last week. I'm so sorry. It's real early.
Pez, you were wonderful. It was absolutely incredible. I hadn't heard you play that well. You've learned so much on the road, and he has not let go yet. And your mom kind of like sneaks in the side. She says, you were wonderful.
Oh,
and-
thank you.
Well, before you go, I guess. She backs up and she reaches into like an apron pocket, pulls out a shiny little object. Well, after you left, Exart announced the winners, and well, it was you, Pez. You got your harp.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Everyone was so impressed with you. And, well, she like reaches up and pins your little harp onto your scarf. Puts it on there. You earned it, darling. You did, and it was wonderful. Now, go save the world. Right?
We'll do our best, Mama. This is a little heavy. Would you mind just hanging on to it? I just don't want it on the road, you know. I'm gonna give the opal.
Oh, of course, dear. We can absolutely hold on. I saw your other little shiny rocks, too. They're wonderful, and they match my painting so nice. I think I might try to paint this. It's been a long time since I've painted anything but a sunset.
Oh my gosh, you
Places
should
it down
see
on the
that.
table.
Hold it up during the sunset. It is real pretty.
I'll do that. Thank you, Pez, and come home to us, would you?
Oh, for sure, Mama, no problem. And it just might be a couple days, but I can always. Oh no, I can't do that. Never mind. Anyway,
Hell,
thanks
all
for
right,
waking up. I'm sorry. Go back to bed.
Oh, no, Pez. Now, don't be a stranger. Next time you're in town, don't wait a couple days to come see your folks.
Oh,
I know we're on the road a lot, but hey, we want to see you when you're here.
Yeah, I definitely owe you for this time. I'll get y'all
All right.
breakfast.
All right, darling. Don't worry about it. Now you just be safe, and you get those right big strong friends of yours, and you get your little community. You hold strong on them, okay?
I'll do that, Papa. Thank you.
They give you big old hugs once again, and they watch you kind of side by side at the doorway as you walk down the spindly staircase and down to the trunk market to meet your friends. Lucky, it was easy enough for you to drop off a letter describing the situation with your innkeeper, Giles. And Giles said he would absolutely take care of it. He'd deliver it to the post, and it would go out probably, the next day or two, depending on when they actually do post things. You meet up with everyone just outside the trunk market, where the lifts are just starting to move up and down, bringing in goods and otherwise in caravans. And you see a contingent of the Perch Guard there. There seems to be 5 of them, a mixture of Strigs and Galluses. And there's one, Raptor. There we go. I couldn't remember the name of them. One of the Strigs steps forward and gives you a nod and says, "Right then, I believe you are the heroes we're supposed to be escorting over to the mountain then, yes? All right, it'll be about a 5 days travel. We do have some rations for you. We were ordered to bring. And I believe there was a knife I'm supposed to... And he pulls out a sheathed knife and he hands it out. Someone requested a knife. We just requisitioned it from... Oh, is that you then? Okay, here you go. There's a knife. For all intents and purposes, it's a dagger. So it's a dagger. You have another one now. So requisitioned that from the quartermaster. And we'll be taking the next lift down. All right, then? It'll be about 5 days. Let's get walking. So the next lift comes up and takes you down to the ground. Now, generally, and in this adventure, this is where we say it's 5 days. We're going to kind of do our way to the next location, unless there is anything else you guys would like to accomplish or say you would like to accomplish within an intervening 5 days.
I mean, other than, I feel like on the way we would have discussed like tactics, because clearly
Sure.
the council leader was like, can't just brute force away the end from the front. So like, what's our
If you want to
plan?
discuss that now, go for it.
I mean, we're gonna have to like, you know, a little espionage subterfuge to get in there. You right? You know, you think?
I mean, so simply, have you thought about how Lucky left?
Lucky, the story behind Lucky is that essentially he was hired as a lifter as a bandit.
Yeah.
With Frey's clan and group. But I mean, Lucky's not very strong. Lucky's way better at like an outlook or like something that he would have seen more important than just lifting stuff and taking it back, essentially.
Yeah.
So this what I discussed, I think, with Rob was, or sorry, with Joel, is that they essentially made him feel like he was inadequate and constantly picked on him for not doing the best job as a lifter, and that's why he ended up stealing Frey's buckle and like leaving. So it wasn't like a I want a better life choice. It was essentially like a, if this is what being a bandit's like, I don't want to get picked on anymore. No more bullies. So
yeah. And then I guess this is a question for Joel. Like, how much did the different bandit contingents communicate with one another? Basically, what I'm getting at is, was Lucky well known enough, and do people know he went straight?
No. Prior to Bena Saradin taking over as, quote, general, the bandit contingents are spread out. They're uncoordinated. They tend to function as just their own bandit troops. They are not one big... They're the bandit coalition, but they don't work together prior to this point in time. It took someone with a much larger vision and much stronger arm to bring in line a lot of these bandits. That being said, a lot of the bandits still aren't gonna know each other, like under Bena's rule, because there are just so many and they're so spread out.
Would they essentially know commanders? Like,
there are things that the bandits would know: the back roads, the captain's swords. They might know other bandit groups by their captains or their reputations. So Eli, you might have like heard a story about a bandit who like humiliated their captain and stole their belt, and you know, like as a joke, right? Like as a joke story that someone could have possibly done that to a fearsome bandit captain. But you would never have like you wouldn't have known a name or something like that. It would just been a story that you would have heard about the bandits, unless you would have been working specifically with those bandits. Again, prior to General Bena taking over, there wasn't a lot of interconnectedness between the groups.
Okay.
As a side note, I did put you guys on the map to point out where the bandit fortress was. I drew out the Great Sir Robin runaround trail that you know you totally took to get there. So chat, that is on your screen right now, and over to the Crest Mountains where the bandit fortress is located. Yeah. So continue on. How you guys were discussing either tactics or some history here.
Eli, you thinking what I'm thinking? I feel like we could weasel our way in using Frey's sword, because they would know Frey's sword, right? Or at least Frey's sword, Frey's belt. We could say like, hey, we were part of the crew that was attacking Alderheart. They took everybody, but we got out, and we came back to try to tell you guys the failure that was Frey's, attack. But now we're looking for a better and more powerful group of bandits,
Right. Well, I don't want to put anybody in danger if we can help it. I don't want to make any of us do something we're not comfortable with, but a little bit of subterfuge, if we're up for it, might be the most strategic approach.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if, they said there's only like one road in and one road out, but everything's got a weak point, I wonder if a few of us can get in and like look around, maybe like just get an eye on things, and then, get back to the group. I don't know. I never been there, so I don't know, what it's like on the inside. We could always act like they're, excuse me, I'm so sorry. You guys just look really respectable. You never look like bandits. We could always act like they're hostages from Alderheart. And we're bringing them in.
Oh, I don't know about that. We were just told we would escort you to the bottom of the mountains, and you would have to make your way up.
Not you, just Peasant Dagonet. We're having a side conversation.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, don't mind us then. I'll keep walking at the head of the column here, leading the way. Totally not involved in the conversation. My apologies. As he yells backwards
I don't
past
trust that
like
guy. He
7
yells so
people.
He's trying very hard, He's
I saw that tree we went by like 3 times. I don't know how hard he's trying.
We are on the right path. I'm sure of it.
Well, I think when
the directions.
I feel like we've seen these footprints before, but I'm not going to complain. That he's doing his job. Yeah, he's getting experience.
Council
Pez
was
is just
like 5
fine to
days.
play.
We're like 6 days.
No one knew it was going to take 12 days to get to the mountain. Just stuck out here. They're like, yeah, we have rations for 5 days. Just
love
like
The red line just goes all the way around Alderheart.
stops back in, turns around and leaves again.
I didn't know the fires were in the west too, or not in the east. Oh god.
Captain's log, day 72. Our scouting of the entire wood is going well. I expect we'll be done in a few months. The fires have since ravaged the countryside. There is no Alderheart anymore.
I love it.
But it is easier to see through the woods now. So
It is. Now,
you
it makes
can see the
scouting a lot
mountains.
better. It
Yeah.
might only take 3 more months as opposed to 6.
Oh my god. I'm so happy.
So he like lowers his voice now. So yeah, like not those guys, but like Pez and Dagon. We could pretend like they're our captors, our captorees, our prisoners that were taken in
Right.
to,
I never been to no fortress though in my time.
But
Is it a relatively new structure, or is the
stronghold itself?
Yeah, the stronghold is new,
I'd
or
say
like
it's probably pretty new.
like it was built at the same time this new leader took power, or
More than likely, Bene Seridin was just a very persuasive captain leader for a long time and may have made her home up in this mountain area.
and
And then over
just over time
built up.
Okay.
Yeah, she would have built up each of these different captainships to come under her, built up the stronghold, right? It
Gotcha.
probably was just like a bunch of tents at one point in time, right?
Sure.
But now it's being talked about as like a stronghold with walls and able to withstand, a frontal assault and all this other stuff. So I believe it probably would have taken some time. It definitely would have taken a lot of manpower.
Okay.
I mean, if you're afraid of us getting separated in there, we could always imply that we were in the midst of like interrogating these two about the next plans for Alderheart's defenses, and they should make sure we stick together so that we can get more information out of them. It might be a little. I'm not gonna say we gotta rough them up, but I'm just saying, maybe some dirt on the face. Sorry, because I know you hate dirt. Dirt on the face,
If you put dirt on my face, wouldn't I look like a bandit?
Yes.
I'm real tough.
Very, very, very tough. You know what I mean?
It is the thought that counts, no? She's trying, As we heard last night, her focus has been in the music before.
I could always spend a little time teaching you how to disguise, though. You gotta figure out how somebody to pin down these beautiful top feathers.
Well, Frey wasn't very camouflaged. She's a bandit with some flourish.
Oh no, the flourish is fine, but when it sticks out of a bush, it's a different color and
Well, she's just not the stealthy kind. That's no problem.
I mean,
Not stealthy.
because what do you want to be? Do you want to be stealthy or you not want to be stealthy? What do you want? What do you want?
Ooh, I want to be able to shoot those arrows at some point. I tried last time, it didn't go so good. Maybe if I put a really big bow, I could tie it down, and then the bow might just pop up. But maybe if it's bush colored, that could work.
See, now we're back to the dirt,
Ooh, maybe not dirt colored. I don't know about that. I don't know if that would match my feathers too good. What? Do you think maybe they're hiring bards at the stronghold?
Well, bandits
I mean, that's where I did learn how to play the viol.
might enjoy a bit of music. If you think you could pull off like sort of a hustler type persona, like maybe you play music for people and then steal their stuff overnight sort of story, like a bandit backstory.
I could teach you some sleight of hand tricks so you could prove yourself if you want.
Sleight of hand trick. Usually people
you
just
just,
give me stuff.
Yeah, but these people are more the taking stuff than the giving stuff types, if you know what I mean.
Doesn't sound very good for job opportunities.
To be
Maybe
frank, I
your
don't know if
plan
any of
is
them have had a
easier.
job other than taking stuff, so.
I like your plan.
How do you feel, Dagonet? Do you have any ideas? You've been sitting over there thinking hard. Or did you get... yeah. You can have sleep?
But I'm a little hungover, but just something I have experienced before. It's
Dagonet's
been a
like
little
me,
while.
it's 5-day hangover.
The older I get, the longer the hangover. Well, you have a captain's sword now. We just, I don't think we need to be particularly sneaky about it. We're just a new bandit troop, no? They all come in different shapes and sizes. We can just say that we look nicer because we were scouting in Alderheart and we didn't want to, be noticed as looking too shifty and sneaky.
Yeah, you're like an expert in disguise, What was that face, Fizz? Did you smell something, or are you not an expert? I don't.
I zoned off, honestly. I don't know what's happening. There was a really pretty butterfly. It matches your eyes, Lucky.
So it's like a brown. Nice. All right. Well,
Maybe it's a moth.
You heading up west? Did we? I mean, we don't kind of went on some loop, but just saying. Anyways, we were just talking about you guys being like a master of disguise type of bandit instead of hostage type of bandit. As in, you guys were like sneaking around Alderheart, like picking up on the lowdowns, on the weak points, like we're trying to do to them. You know,
That sounds like a real important job.
it's a very important job.
I like it. Do you think they'd buy it? I mean, because, like, if you're sneaking around, right, you got to talk to the bandits and let them know what's going on, where you are contacts.
Yes.
We will probably have to prove ourselves somehow, and might have to think of what they might want us to show or do.
DM, is there a sort of like bandit pledge? Like once you go dark side, you have to like recite a line of some awful poetry and then like
There is no peace.
like burn a white flag or something in order to be a bandit? Like what?
Roses are red. 10 cents is a dime. Khajiit is innocent. Khajiit did not commit this crime.
Like how he
Okay.
tried. He's like, wow, guys. Wow.
There's definitely gonna be more time to discuss how you're going to do your infiltration here, but you want to just doodle till to the mountain?
Oh no, we were asking about is there any sort of like initiation pledge into being a bandit, or is it just essentially
an
like a choice in life of
initiation.
crime, or like what?
There's no initiation. Generally, it is a pretty humble folk focused thing. Generally, it has to do with the disadvantages of being a humble folk and the kind of just being fed up with being downtrodden and poor and otherwise. So you just join, and they're pretty accepting because they can always use an extra set of hands. There's not really like. Other than
like,
like
the Boy Scouts, you had to have like patches. Of,
yeah,
like,
you
stuff
take the
you've done and
pledge.
those kind of
You know,
deals.
it's been a while since you guys have been there. There might be something
I
like that now with Benna.
swear that I will steal shit.
Yeah, I solemnly swear that the winged ones they will fall before my sword.
I feel
Yes.
like go back to your question, Degane. I feel like it's kind of the biggest story you got. You can impress them with a big story about some mighty escapades, some mighty, steps you pulled off, some mighty something you did against Alderheart, and those like stinking birds. I mean, no offense. Then you can impress them, and then usually they don't question you. They go, and then they try to tell you in the one up. It's a big one up thing. You just try to one up each other until like somebody goes, I'll buy you a drink.
Oh, I will have to try and think of things. I have been a carpenter for a long time now, and this is not very exciting day to day.
I mean, maybe you as a carpenter were taking apart carts overnight that were exporting goods, and then when the carts fell apart, you were getting on and taking the goods out.
Or you were building houses that were designed to fall apart after
or
a
had
few
secret
minutes.
entries for thieves.
You're not a bandit, but you help bandits by crafting hideouts. You're a contractor for hideouts.
So I should inspect the fortress to make sure it is solid.
I mean, you could probably talk them into it. I'm sure they've got some wiggles and wobbles here and there. You
'Cause,
could point out and be like, "This is the
maybe
weak
that's
point,
why
that's the weak point."
That I could do.
Maybe that's why the fortress that we were at, the field place, fell. And we said, this wouldn't have fallen had we had a better fortress structure.
Or they left, the back door open, but they don't need to know that.
Well, yes, that also.
So maybe if they actually had a back door made of solid wood by a precious carpenter who was working on the side of the thieves, then
Yes, a bit different story.
bada bing, bada boom. What about
I
you,
think
Pez?
we got to spend, yes.
What
Any
if my-
ideas?
My daddy didn't buy me a cart for my 16th birthday, and I got real upset and I joined the bandits.
That's a great backstory. Nothing like family drama. They'll really relate to that.
I think so. Yeah. Tough. Is that believable?
If I have to take her as a hostage, Eli, I'll do it. You just give me the word. Just say.
We'll play by ear.
Dagonese is real good. That goes along with your skills. Maybe I should do something that goes along with my skills. I can play music, but how does that work with banditry? Like what you said.
You distract people while the bandits work.
Oh, and then I get like a cut of the goods.
Exactly.
Oh, I like it. Should we practice? Should we steal some things? No, probably not. That's probably not a good idea.
Shh. He's learning fast.
In like 2 episodes, we've gotten Pez to kill and steal. Let's go.
Yes. Yeah.
Corrupting our sweet bean.
What if I didn't know I was stealing? Does it still count? Oh no.
Counsel, she didn't know.
In the eyes of the law, you a thief.
It all starts somewhere.
You think
and then just gets out of
Jean
hand.
Valjean had that excuse? No, sir.
Just sprinkling the stolen goods in my parents' home.
Oh, no.
We didn't know you were laundering stolen goods.
Let's hope this
The
thing
real
doesn't
just
have
in.
like house inspections.
Local guest bard enthusiast revealed to be cat burglar.
Oh,
I say I have no idea how these. I say I have no idea how these got here.
I love it.
oh my God.
I forget what we're
Oh.
talking about.
I can't wait. Wow. Don't worry, because the jagged slopes of the crest tower before you, their peaks obscured by clouds. It took you roughly 15 days to get here over that red
The
line.
purge guard has been sitting there for 10 days.
There is but one single path ahead. The daunting ascent up the mountain looks to be the only way to reach the summit and the bandit's stronghold. So I just doodly your whole thing. It has been 5 days. You're now at the base of the Crest Mountains, and there is but one path that will take you to the top. Well, I think we've had a right fun. Got lost a couple of times, but still made really great time. And this is where we leave you. We must head back to Alderheart to reinforce, just in case these bandits make good on their promise to attack again.
Fair enough.
There.
We'll take it from here.
Wonderful. All right. Good luck, and see you on the other side then. All right, lads, round it up, and they head off into the forest, likely in the wrong direction.
And we never saw them again.
I was gonna say, Lucky's trying to see if they're even taking the right path back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Roll me survival. Let's see. Roll me survival. 21. Nope.
He's like, have a good time. We're gonna need to send a letter back to
Nope.
Alderheart.
It's gonna be a problem. But yeah, Lucky, and I think this works just fine as well for you to figure out the path up. It's not hard, but you're gonna try and go through the crags and canyons of the crest. To make it up to the top, it will be about a 2 days journey. So it is about midday now where you are, so you can start your ascent now if you'd like, or if there's anything else that you guys would like to accomplish.
Oh, I mean, head out if you want.
Eli will take the little scrap of cloth that he wears on his arm and tie it around his head.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh.
Making sure that I like to think that there's at least part of a marking of his old bandit contingent, making sure that that's facing at least like it's visible. You know, it doesn't have to be like front and center, but it's
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
side.
So maybe not like Naruto Leaf Village
exactly
plastered on your forehead, but like in the general vicinity.
Eli Naruto runs up the stairs.
I'm going up the mountain. God. Yeah, okay. So do you guys start heading up the mountain?
Gonna swap out my nice poncho for my the
Your adventuring gear?
adventure poncho.
Nice. I love it. I like that you have differentiating adventure ponchos and nice ponchos. It's good. Good. Okay. So the pathway is sometimes wide enough for 2 people across. But most of the time it is pretty single file in a lot of the locations. So what is the marching order here as you guys ascend?
Dagonet in the back.
Okay.
I feel like Lucky would be front and center with the sword.
Sure, yeah. Leading the way. Okay.
Like, you see this big buff hedgehog and then, like, just tiny little Lucky. It's like, hey, down here.
I feel like on the
I don't want to
though,
speak for you, but I imagined it like
definitely.
that.
Like I imagine he would be like commanding of you, but also in, like when you're close enough, he's like, sorry, I'm just playing the part. Still, you know.
Absolutely.
And I would like to, if you will let me roll for something, essentially keeping an eye out for any sort of hidden bandits in the way or like on the way that are trying
Make
to
yourself
like, scope out.
some perception checks to figure out whether or not you can see anything.
We're close to where they are. I mean, I would stake out here if I was. I know.
And you are taking point here. This is generally your job. That is a 7. That is a 7.
Well,
Okay.
pride, you know.
I love it. Let's go ahead, Dagonet. You're in the back now too, so let's get you a perception check for bringing up rear guard here. Okay. A 6.
He's more focused on not falling
goodness.
anywhere.
This is going. The beginning of your ascent is rather easy, pretty easy going. You're just heading upwards. It's starting to get colder as you ascend, as the wind gets stronger around you. You're going through like just some winding mountain passes through some valleys. It's really nice that it's a really I'm not going to say well marked trail, but well enough traveled trail. And to those of you with pretty good survival, that means one thing to you. A lot of people come this way, or few people a lot of times, right? And in either way, that means, okay, people travel this a lot, so we need to be careful about it. Or there's a lot of people at our destination, and it's going to be a lot harder than we think to do this, if we had to do it forcefully. But as you continue on towards the end of the day, I think, Lucky, maybe you get distracted by a view or something, and no one else in the party is able to pick it up. But rocks start tumbling down off the side of the mountain, barreling towards you. Please, everyone, make me a dexterity saving throw to throw yourself out of the way, because no one noticed that these rocks might actually be a problem. That is a... Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, this is bad. Okay, that's wow. We have a 10. We have a 10 for Lucky, a -2 for Dagonet. That's a natural 1, by the way, and then it's a -2. And then Pez has a 16. Good for you, Pez. Pulling it out. And Eli with a natural 1 with his -1 modifier. You know, generally it's a joke when DMs say rocks fall, the party dies, but I don't know if anyone survives. I'm just kidding. You're gonna take a little bit of damage here, and it's gonna be not a whole lot of fun. Slash. Okay. So there's 2 things. Oh God, I rolled max. Okay, so each of you under DC 12, so that is going to be Lucky, Dagonet, and Eli, take 6 points of damage from these rocks falling down the side. Pez is able to toss themselves out of the way. But Pez, you notice something. Your friends are now buried underneath rocks.
He's like yelling for Bryce, okay?
Oh my gosh, oh geez. I have mold earth. I can try. Can I see where that might be? I can just like excavate.
So does mold earth work on rock?
Dirt or stone?
Dirt or stone.
Oh,
So you
that's
can
neat.
extract stone. Yeah, Pez, this is probably one of the, other than putting out the fires with the dirt, this is a really great use of that spell, is your friends being trapped underneath these rocks. Yeah, so,
jeez.
because you can do, what is it, like a 5x5 cube?
Yeah.
And every 6 seconds-ish, right? While you do this, and you can kind of move it off to the side. So Pez doesn't even, well, Pez has to lift a finger to cast a spell, but doesn't have to physically lift the rocks out of the way, and all of a sudden these rocks are like magically moving out of the way, so Dagonet, Lucky, and Eli are able to scramble themselves out. Good thing Pez wasn't stuck under there. But yeah, so you guys are pretty beat up. That sucked. It really sucked, but you're okay. Pez was able to save you guys. Yeah, okay, what now?
Mountains, who knew?
Well, that could have gone a little smoother. Hopefully, we got the bad vibes out of the way. Ow. Oh.
What time is this? Closer to evening time or what?
Yeah, it's almost evening now.
I think we're safest if we go ahead and find a like an overhang or like somewhere where we can camp now. Because clearly my eyesight. Maybe I've just been traveling a couple of days too long. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I would have caught those rocks, but for some reason I didn't get surprise rocks. That's weird. So maybe some rest would really help those out if you or we can keep going. It's up to you guys.
And make a tree.
You
Can make a tree.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so
the hell?
Pez has had this necklace called a what is it, like a nest charm, a perch
Yeah.
charm.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there's a nest charm that you guys have not utilized in any way, shape, or form, but I don't think Pez has actually told anyone what it does.
Eli always
So-
does the fire thing, and it's so cozy.
Don't let me take
Here.
your thunder. That's
So
dope.
Because it's good
Yeah.
fire, though. Oh, well, okay. I haven't actually. We should try it out. Maybe step back a little bit. I don't really. I'm gonna try to use it.
Try what? What are you using? Is
Oh,
it
just watch
frog?
it. It's really neat. It's pretty cool. It's fun. I'm gonna do the thing.
Okay.
Sure.
So Pez pulls out this sphere, this small necklace sphere of like intricate metal branches, and they kind of interweave to form this nest-looking thing. They place it onto the ground. And what is the command word, Pez? Being attuned to this, you decide the command word.
Oh. Ooh. Could it be a little tooty tune?
Let's go with word.
Okay.
Some kind of word.
Cozy home, but said as one word.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I
It's
do that?
cozy home. So you speak the magic word cozy home, and it unfolds, creating a 30-foot diameter circular platform of interwoven branches. As soon as the platform reaches its full size, a tree begins growing underneath it, lifting you all up 50 feet into the air, carrying you and your items and some of the rocks along with you. You are now perched 50 feet in the air on a 30-foot platform made of interwoven branches.
All right, well, you didn't have to outdo my hearth thing. I mean, that's...
Oh, your hearth is so good, though. And you worked so hard to put it together. And Lucky just gave me this necklace.
It's all right. It's all right. Years of practice to get that right. And
Dagone's probably
It's
having a heart
alright.
attack about now.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah,
no!
Dagonet just got thrust 50 feet into the air where there's no railings here. It is just a 30-foot platform and then nothing. And you're in the mountains. The fall is now even farther than it would be if you were just 50 feet in the air.
I like to think that Dagonet is extremely frustrated that this isn't like workplace safe. Like, I like to think that your fear and frustration comes from, well, this is just not to code at all.
No one has a harness on.
Yeah, nobody
We're
has
all
a
up
har-
here
I mean, this
without
is
any
just...
personal protection.
So
This is
many
a
humble
nightmare.
OSHA violations.
Yeah, humble ocean.
Don't step too close to the. No, it is strong wind come up and you're gone. No?
Also, I would advise, we're in direct eyesight of like almost. Could I even see? Can we even see like the fort entrance from here? Essentially, we are so high.
You are high up in the air, but it's not just upward travel. There's a lot of like through canyon travel and stuff as well. It's I wouldn't call it hidden away because the road itself is easy enough to navigate, but it is tucked away.
At least we can keep an eye out easy if anybody. Nobody's gonna sneak up on us. They got a ways to climb.
We can see him for miles. Dagonet, can you him for miles?
His eyes are like shut. Like he just thumbs up.
Got those big eyes. You can see everything.
Yes, it's wonderful. Yes, beautiful. Yes, nice clouds.
I don't know if we should set a fire up here, though. What's the nest made out of?
No fire. This is very flammable material.
It's branches, but it seems like
Dagonet doesn't know that.
yeah, right. But it's magical, like living quote branches, right? So it's all very green growth, similar to like how Alderheart is set up, and it's all just like it's very strong green growth. So, I mean, you probably wouldn't want to put a fire directly on it, but someone has a really cool hearth spell.
Would that light the thing on fire?
No,
I was gonna
probably
do
not.
it, but I didn't want to break everything.
No, so the hearth itself, you conjure a stone hearth where the fire rests.
True.
So it doesn't touch the wood itself. And again, it's magical in nature, so it's gonna be pretty hard to destroy. I don't know if you guys would know that, but you'd probably burn Dagonet's prison down. Wow. Okay. Wow. That is.
Set Dagonet free.
Thanks, chat. Okay. That was pretty funny.
Release me from my bonds. I don't know what that
gosh.
accent was.
A good one.
Thanks, man. You don't have to lie to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make a cool tree house.
Yeah. So you place your fire down.
Yeah.
And you guys have the ability to rest for the evening. Is there anything you'd like to discuss while you bind your wounds, your cuts and scrapes from the rocks today?
I like that we went, made a plan, attempted to execute the plan, got rocks dropped on us, and then said, "Now let's go home." I love that. that we were out for like 30 seconds. Everything went to shit, and we were just like, let's call it a night.
And then you created a home out of nothing. And now you're super high in the air. Yeah. Is anyone taking a look around this evening? Maybe Dagonet's not, but what about the rest of the party?
I could try, but I don't really have the eyesight for it.
It is dark, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to see. So you'd be working at a disadvantage, but you'd be like looking for particular things.
What's the worst that could happen?
Well, that's the thing too. I don't necessarily want to say it's a disadvantage because you're looking for, and any adventurer would do this. If it's nighttime and you're not, you'd sit past the fire so it's behind you, and you'd be looking for light, right? You'd be looking for other adventurers or any type of light out there that would indicate that someone's there. And being this high up in the air, feeling pretty safe about the whole thing. If you kind of just wanted to take a look around, yeah.
It's an 8.
That is an 8. I think it's just dark, Eli. It's dark. You're high up in the air. You feel closer to the stars than you've felt in a long time because there's, it's kind of just on this weird woven platform up in the sky. Nice out. Kind of chilly. Glad the fire's there. You perceive that you have a chill.
Ooh.
Other than that, I don't think you get a whole lot.
I feel like I don't want to do the same old like I want roll perception too. So
well, I mean, we would do it like you were taking watch. So if you want to, sure.
Okay.
Right.
And I would definitely like to take a watch, but I feel like Lucky. I feel like Lucky, having been hard bullied by a bunch of bandits and now sensing being so close to the bandit fort, is like a little more on edge about them sneaking up on us.
Sure.
So specifically just being like, they're so high up, but bandits got their ways. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So roll me a perception to see if you can't spot any banditry about.
What?
That is a 21. Yeah. Lucky. While you're taking your quote watch, being the good adventurers you are, even though you're up in the air, you are keeping an eye out. You're in enemy territory. You do note walking, because luckily you're so here, you can kind of see down the next ravine over. You make out some torchlight. You count 2, 3, maybe 4 torches.
He's gonna elbow Eli up. I think I see some torches. I think should we put out our hearth fire? I don't want them to see us.
Oh, yeah, good idea. And Eli will pack it up, pack it in.
Yeah, sure. You go magically douse the hearth fire, and put it away. Instantaneously, it becomes much chillier up on this 50-foot platform. But kind of huddling in your cloaks, Eli, you can make off in the distance, down the next ravine over. Be about maybe 3 or 4 torches walking their way down the ravine.
I can't tell if they're making their way this way or
What do you suppose down a ravine that's so interesting to them?
I don't know. I never lived in the mountains. So I don't know if there's food down there. Or if there's like I don't know. You ever lived out here during your time?
No. Didn't stray much further than the wood myself.
Same. Let's watch them and see if they go past or down that ravine further if they put out that light.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep watching them? Okay. So you keep watch, and they they disappear under the crest that creates the ravine. So you can no longer see down into where they've gone for the time being. And so where they were walking from, up top, down into this ravine, you probably got to watch them for maybe like 30 minutes to 45 minutes or so, just working their way down. You couldn't really tell if it didn't look like they were climbing. There was a lot of switchbacks, right, as they came down the side of this wall. So actually, Lucky, roll me a survival check. Let's see if you could figure out what they were doing.
Sweet.
19. Yeah, they're on a road, probably this one. It looks like that location that they just came down is one that you would probably go up in the next day. So they're doing a lot of switching back and forth, making their way down in this ravine, and it seems to be pretty easy. Not climbing, not doing anything like that. Don't have, you're not watching like lights go straight up and down. And they come down in this ravine that comes ever closer to you, probably on the same trail that you guys were on.
I mean, I don't want to claim it. I don't. Would anybody would patrol this road? I mean, I don't know. I hope it's not patrol, because if we gotta go past the patrol with these characters going up there, I don't know. We're gonna take a lot of convincing. We're gonna run into them in like the next day or so we gotta come up with something.
I know. I mean, we could just be a group licking our wounds from the Alderheart attack.
Yeah. Trying to look for work or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just nervous they'll get the drop on us, or they saw this spectacle we put up.
You know many other bandits during your time, kind of thing? Because I'm just saying, if they get the drop on us, we could always, unfortunately, take over their positions, if you know what I mean, and patrol our way back. If we're,
It is an option.
I don't know if Pez has got the heart again, but we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully she won't have to.
Yeah. I don't know. Dagone's story is pretty convincing. The whole carpenter with a sneaky building, hidden lich,
Yeah, I think if push came to shove, we'd be okay just sort of fibbing our way through. But I just hate feeling like we're dragging the two of them into this,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Pez was pretty excited about going on this adventure. You saw how proud she was talking to her pants. So
Sure.
all I know is it wasn't very hard for me to join the bandit group. So maybe they're not gonna be nearly as scared to let outsiders in like Alderheart is. If they're just like, oh yeah, you got the big story, you got whatever, and then they'll be like, I doubt it, but maybe. You want to wake them up? I'll let them rest.
Nah, let them rest. We'll have plenty to do tomorrow. They'll need it.
Dagone's been up this whole time.
Oh no.
He hasn't been able to
Just
sleep.
like in the very center, right? And just panicking the whole time. Oh no.
He's been silent, but his eyes are just like, oh god. He can't sleep. He's afraid he's gonna roll over.
Okay. Dagonate, this is a distinct RP question. Do you sleep at all this evening?
Nope.
Okay. Pez, do you take your turn at watch as well, or Lucky and Eli, do you guys just kind of split it up and then rest as you need?
I'd be willing to take a turn if somebody woke me up.
Okay. So Lucky, Eli, do you guys take some rest and Pez take a watch?
I mean, she likes watching the sunrise. Apparently, we could
Yeah.
prep towards the morning.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, Pez, roll me some perception for the sunrise watch.
Jeez.
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
What do you get distracted by?
Ooh, everything probably.
Well, it's pretty dark, right? The early morning hours tend to be pretty dark. It's chilly. A nice dense fog, I think, settles in on the mountainscape. I don't know if you guys ever spend a lot of times like up in the mountains, but like in the early mornings, in those like colder climes, it is always so foggy, but it's really gorgeous. But I don't think you can see the ground. I think it's just like it's dense enough that like you're above some of the fog level, but when you look down, it's just like white.
Just gonna
Very
clean
difficult
my
to see.
aloes. Just gonna
Yeah.
make it shiny. Just like, alright.
Dagonet, not only were you very high up in the air, but now you can't even see the ground. It's tough out here. The night passes, the morning passes. Dagonet, you feel exhausted. Please mark for yourself 1 point of exhaustion for not having slept. You guys that did get injured in the rocks falling before, you do accept Dagonet. The rest of you get your HP back because that's how HP works in this game. Dagonet, you did take a short rest though, so you can roll hit die if you'd like.
And you get my hearth bonus. I just gotta remember what that does.
Mm-hmm.
Do-do.
I don't remember if it
You
was
can
just
choose to
food.
re-roll.
Food related. Okay, so you can choose to re-roll one of your hit die if you want.
Yeah. No, there is a
Okay.
food thing, but I didn't do that. You know what? I will start the day doing that, though. I think that's a good idea.
So do you start the fire again?
Well, can we... So the Blessing of the Hearth, can we say that the short rest was while that was up? Or...
Sure.
Okay.
That's fine.
And then the Magnificent Feast is my channel divinity.
Okay, so you're going to start the day using Magnificent Feast. Can you go ahead and put that in chat for me? So, Magnificent Feast, the channel divinity of the community domain. In 10 minutes, you create a number of delicious, well-prepared, yet simple food items equal to your wisdom modifier, which is 4? Is that right? Or is it 3?
Shit, I just closed it. 3. So 3 things
They'll
for my
last
friends.
8 hours, never spoil. If you eat this food, it takes an action, gives you healing, which is 2d4 plus cleric level, and can remove frightened or poisoned condition from the creature.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you make?
Beans.
You make beans? Oh
Yeah.
my god. He's eating beans!
Beans.
Hey, what if
I
we
love
can't
it.
get her out? We'll explode her out. Let's go.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. So Dagonet, do you want to utilize any of your various forms of healing here before the day starts?
He'll
don't-
have some of the food, but he's too distracted, too anxious to do anything else.
Okay. Well, if you eat your portion of food and take your action to do so, you heal 2d4 plus Rob's cleric level. So, Rob, go ahead and roll me 2d4 plus your cleric level.
Wee. What are we, 3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
5,
my
Minimum
lord!
rolls,
I rolled 2
but puts you
ones.
one off max health, Dagonet.
Uh,
And Dagonet, would you like to remove either the frightened or poisoned condition?
He will be less afraid.
aw.
Dagonet, with a nice full stomach, you feel a little bit better about your situation here. Still exhausted, but a little bit better. Okay. And I think this is when whoever's not currently eating, and probably Lucky, who might be scouting out the area, Lucky, you hear a voice from below. Hey! Hey, you up there! What are you doing up there? And this is when we watch as the magic of the nest charm fades. It only lasts for 8 hours. The trunk shrinks, bringing the platform all the way back down to the ground. You hear, whoa, oh, hey, ho, ho! And someone jumps out of the way. The platform hits the ground. retangles itself back up into a tiny little charm at Pez's feet. And in front of you, you see 4 Mawpoks, 2 Gerbeens, and a Vulpin. And they look a little perturbed to see you there. But that's where we're going to end today's episode. Right in front of potential bandits. And that was really fun. I'm glad we got to do that. And congratulations, Pez, on getting your harp this evening. It was awesome. You rolled really high. I had set the DC for you to get your harp was 19, and you rolled a 27. So I think you did pretty good. Thank you everyone for tuning in this evening. I super duper appreciate it. We're gonna go around the horn here, and everyone can get their shout outs in. So let's start with Maliveth. Where can the people find you at?
Hi, I'm Maliveth. I stream and I'm on the internet. I draw a lot while I stream, sometimes play video games. Currently I'm playing through Jedi Fallen Order and it's a lot of fun. I'm also running a giveaway thing for a portrait on my Instagram because recently hit 2K followers. So if y'all are into art and stuff, it's an opportunity to get you some free art. So that's the thing that's happening. Yeah.
Wonderful. Robert, where can the people find you at?
Hello, you can find me here sometimes, like Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can find me on twitch.tv/game nights. That's 2 G's in game, like GG, and a K in nights, like the dude with the sword. And I'm on there every other Sunday, so not... Wait, is it this Sunday? No, we had the game last Sunday. Oh, golly, follow them because God knows I'm unreliable. At 4 p.m. Eastern, where we're playing a Monster of the Week game called Slaying 101. And I always slay at Queen, so we're good on that front. And I will, in the near future, be back on twitch.tv/bonus_stage_Rob.
No way.
Because, golly, I'll have a place to stream again. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah.
Thank you, bud. Lady May, where can people find you at?
Oh, well, mostly they can find me here on Thursdays playing Dagonet. Poor soul today. And otherwise, you can find me at the Lady May. That's on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. I often paint things of the, Dark Souls or Dragon Age or Star Wars variety. I also post lots of pictures of my cats. And I may be a dice goblin. I like my dice.
How many are you up
What's the
to?
updated count?
Yeah.
What's the updated count?
1,204.
I remember when it hit 1,000.
Mhm.
Unreal.
Thank you very much, May.
Miss Simply Jackson, where can the people find you at?
Hi, my name is Simply Jackson, or Jackson. You can follow me here on Twitch at simply_Jackson username, or on Twitter at just simply Jackson, no underscore. You can catch me doing such things as flooding my own kitchen because I forget to turn the sink off, or failing video games and falling out of my chair about it. It's just what I do. So, please come by. Always warm and welcoming community, and they're kind of what makes the world still turn for me. So
it is a delight. It's very fun. Thank you very much. Hi, I'm Runaway Robot. It's my channel if you haven't figured that out already, so I'll keep it short and sweet. You can follow me here, Runaway Robot _, Twitter, Runaway Robot _, or you should follow the DieFall _RPG account because that's where all the updates for this show actually happen and all the other shows actually happen. But that being said, and I haven't necessarily really, I think May knows about this, but I don't know if the rest of you guys know about this. There is a DieFall specific Patreon now. If you would like to participate in a Patreon, and we are brainstorming, and May is helping me brainstorm things to put together on this Patreon, it will directly go to supporting the cast. I have always wanted to pay my cast members. Always, always, always. And so this is a way that we can potentially do that if I can figure out how to pull some things out of my butt that you guys actually want to see. So that's the plan, and we're going to try to make that happen. So it's Patreon/DieFall if you would like to participate. I'd super appreciate it, and I'd like to be able to pay these wonderful people for their time and their talent. That all being said, I think that's it for us this evening. And you guys have a great night. Thanks for coming by. Later.